have a mighty need! I have a mighty need!
Hey, what the heck are you hooligans doing? Oh my gosh. I can't even leave my computer for a couple minutes while I'm getting water. Oh my goodness. Oh, Brandon, thank you so much for gifting out those subs. Fucking wonderful, my friend. Zelda, thank you for the raid. Goat, welcome in. welcome everybody. You gonna get some water and a snack? Be back. Okay. Okay, Zelda. You go get your water. You go be a snack. I love how Twitch has a new thing that tells you when somebody chats that they're a raider from somebody's channel. And because I was still lurking in your channel, I am showing up in my own stream as a raider from Zelda Quinn 7. So I appreciate that. Thank you. I'll take a screenshot. It is absolutely wild. It also like takes up double the amount of space that a normal message does, so thank you, Twitch. That's wonderful. Yeah, hope you enjoy your stay here, Gothic, and Gothic stream. Oh my goodness, y'all. Let me. Oh, so much chaos already. Let me get to a screen. Is this a screen? Does this do it? Did that do a thing? That did, but the music's still going. Oh my god. There we go. Oh, holy heck, everybody. How you doing? Happy hump day. Zelda, thank you so much for that raid. I hope that you get your snackies, get your water, get your self-care done post-stream. Y'all, if you're here, you already know the wonderful Zelda. But just in case you weren't part of that raid, please give Zelda a follow. They're absolutely wonderful and just a fun person to be around. And I get to do this, Zelda, because you raided. So suck it. Suck compliments, friend. Oh, I hope y'all are doing well. And also, Goat. No, I can't just type Goat. That won't work. Is here. And Goat is a wonderful, wonderful art streamer. Raider from Zelda Quinn, thank you so much, Gothic Mess, for typing out shout out. Dear God. When will it go away? When will it go away? When will it stop telling me that I'm from Zelda Quinn's community? Wait, that won't work here. Won't. Not quite. Not quite. To change the settings? I know. Well, I can live with it for a stream. That's fine. But Goat is wonderful. Wonderful artist. Has super cozy streams. Please give them a follow. Check them out next time they're live. And the incredibly generous Brandon, who gifted subs to those two wonderful beings earlier, and who is an amazing musician, does music streams, and wrote 100 songs last year as a goal, and we've been going through and as a chat, as a community, naming them. Fucking awesome, fucking great time. Please check out Brandon as well. For 5 minutes of the whole stream. I'll let you know if it ever goes away, Goat. It may just be a whole stream kind of thing. Oh, how are y'all doing? Happy hump day. Hope you're having a good one. I hope it's been humpalicious for you. You know, just the best that it could be. I cannot wait for this week to be over, personally. The time zone change and the dear Lord, just work has been its own fun thing. So yeah, that's where I'm at. But how are you all doing? I hope you're doing well. I so if you're here from Zelda's stream, I have a message that I was about to send, um, saying I'm not trying to just copy you. I swear, I swear that we may have been on the same mental track for a couple things. In fact, I'm gonna send it now. I didn't want to send it while they were streaming. But I was going to let y'all know today that I will be participating in GoTel, the fundraiser for raising money for lupus awareness and research. So GoTel is Game On to End Lupus, and that will be May 5th to the 7th. So I will be streaming those 3 days as well. I've already got my time off approved for Friday, so get ready for that. And I have some potential ideas on what we may play. I need to check a couple things to make sure that some ideas are good with the family friendly atmosphere of the event. Oh, I do have that. Okay. Would you like that GoTo link? Well, actually, I can go into Stream Elements because I've been working on getting those set up. So I've got those. Let me just activate it real quick. I need to add a panel as well. Where's my chat bot? And been working on that. I've been working on the overlays. See that? Impact, lupus, help, and donate. Oh, and LFA. So let's see. LFA. Thank you, Raider from Zelda Quinn 7 Gothic Miss, for doing that. Impact. I'm just gonna spam real quick with some stuff. And help. And donate. So wait, is that what I wanted? Oh dear God. Okay. I gotta turn that off because that is a Stream Elements command. What are you doing, Stream Elements? Where is donate? Why would you call it donate? Why not tip? I am not a charity. The charity is the Lucas Foundation of America, or Lupus, sorry. Where is that? Should just be just tip. I don't see donate. That's weird. I'll figure that out. I do. I set them up a little bit ago. Don't worry about that second thing that says, please go right ahead. Absolutely. You don't want to steal that last one because that one has my my Tiltify stuff. I mean, you could if you want to, but I don't think that'll be helpful for you. But yeah, I'm super excited. I have a lot of ideas. Crap, I was hanging out in this awesome person's stream right up until I hit go live, so I not quite have the things that I want with me. Okay, 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Let me grab. I have a sticky note somewhere with a whole bunch of ideas that I had. That's not what I wanted. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Be right back. 2 seconds. We're just gonna pretend that that was not right behind me the entire time. I know you couldn't see it, but I feel like I have to share my shame with y'all that it was exactly right behind me. I didn't turn around far enough in order to actually see it. So we're gonna be having some game giveaways. Every certain amount raised. There's also the potential for a second Song of Horror stream, potentially. You know, that painful game. I'm also going to be buying in bulk some Bean Boozleds because that seemed like a really good way to cause pain on an individual, donation basis. I need to scoot over. There we go. And it is pain. It is pain. And I had this idea while watching Middle Mill Meltdown last year, which is my shirt of the evening. I'll be doing shots of coffee, which on its own is good, right? Coffee's amazing. However, we're going to have a roulette. And a roulette wheel. And on that wheel will be things all the way from the mundane to the profane. So we may add, like a spoonful of sugar, a spoonful of, maybe just a little bit of creamer, things like that. Things that are kind of pleasant. Maybe some hot sauce, pickle juice, mayo, cayenne pepper. Those are all options. Will be options for that. Oh, do me and yourself a favor and never eat one that might be vomit flavored. Don't swallow that one. But Zelda, I'm not a quitter, so I'm not a spitter. Hair and beard and pigtails reward, Goat, I like the way you think. Spitting is okay. I appreciate the caps on that too. That's a great idea. Hair, pigtails. And I mean, with the beard, that'd be good too. Say one nice thing about Resident Evil 0. Okay, I mean, yeah, you could. That could be like a, something that you unlock. You donate to get one compliment about one of the games that I have horrendously bad talked on this channel so far. That includes Choo Choo Charles, Resident Evil 0. I've talked pretty bad about Resident Evil 5 and 6. I mean, 0 got some of the worst stuff, though. And it can't be. It's good that I don't have to play it anymore. Dang. Man. I don't know if I can't monkey paw or like genie wish my way out of this, but it's so good I don't have to play this anymore. Draco, welcome. Happy hump day. I hope you're having a good one. Say something nice. No, that requires charity donation. That'll be. I'll giving myself at least a month before I have to think of anything good. Monkey paw outs as long as they're creative. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. That's a really good one, and one I don't have to worry about running out of. There's also potential for googly eyes placed all over me, / behind me and in front of me if we start running out of space. Yeah, I'm excited. Ooh, and also, if I can get some of this cleared, just because I want to check to make sure I'm doing everything by the book. Hoping to do like a game pack giveaway of these are games that Gothic recommends that are kind of under the radar games. Some of them I've been thinking of as well, or some of them I read Goat's comment and I just said it out loud. Some of them I've been talking about for a while, but I know that not many people played. I am potentially. So I've never played Hollow Knight. Hey Element, welcome. Happy Hump Day. I hope you're having a good one. I've never played Hollow Knight, but I'm thinking I will do crowd control for Hollow Knight. Because it's a game that I've always wanted to play, and I thought, what better than to have chat ruin my first playthrough? Like, what better? Oh, and it looks like a fun one. I've played, right? Yeah, exactly. I saw Coco Confession do Hollow Knight crowd control, and it was a ton of fun. And I didn't know what I was doing half the time, but I was making it worse for her, and that was so much fun. Zelda Redeemed, jump on spikes. Zelda Redeemed, low gravity. I think that's one of the things. There's also you're always on ice. It's not Draco. We're technically starting in what is it? What month is it? It's May. It's March right now. The 2 M months messed me up. Why? May, thank you. My brain is going to miles. It's going to miles a minute. That's a good that is a good way to say it. But you just made me think of something, so let me check. Should an alert have gone off? Potentially? Okay. Yeah, 5th through the 7th. Yeah. Let me just check it right now, because no, don't try and take me to TikTok. I want to go to Tiltify. Goaty is. Yeah, log me in, please. Log in with yeah. Holy heck. I don't think I have anything public. Wait, yeah. Oh my goodness. Draco, thank you so much. You are a ninja in the night. Thank you, Resident Evil 0. Okay. Thank Resident Evil 0. Resident Evil 0. Thank you so much for making me appreciate how well designed Resident Evil 1 is, because so many of the elements that you share with that game makes me realize that there's like a real artistry that goes into making them coalesce and work together in a fun way. So I really appreciate you giving me that perspective, Resident Evil 0. Thank you. This is my TED Talk. Thank you. That was that. Was that worth it? Oh, I could probably do another one if that wasn't quite up to snuff. I'm not used to saying good things about Resident Evil Zero. I'm rusty. I'm rusty. Oh my goodness. But thank you so much, Draco. Holy heckaronis. Can't even believe that. But yeah, we will be we'll have alerts hopefully soon. That's feel like you're getting a lot of practice. Okay, I Draco, I hope that was I hope that worked well enough for you. um Oh, I appreciate that, Draco. You're awesome. So heckin' kind to already kick off support for this. Like how the heck? So one reason why do I have a schedule for GoTel yet? I don't. I'm thinking of I was just thinking about this morning, and I'm either going to do something like very tentative, like 10 a.m. PST starting all 3 days for maybe at least 4 hours, or starting something like 1 p.m. PST and then going for at least 4 hours. Then, that's my current thinking. And I would love to be able to start early because I have to go to work that Monday after. So if I could get some time after the last stream, that might be helpful. Absolutely, Zelda. Absolutely. You can DM me about anything. Go right ahead. Yeah. That's just my current thinking. I don't quite have, aside from some crowd control for Hollow Knight, I don't quite have much nailed down for that weekend. Mainly because I just want to check a couple things first before I commit. Oh, the lurk time. Draco, have a fantastic evening. Thank you for dropping by and for already dropping so much support for GoTel. Freaking amazing. Have a good lurky lurk. Oh, goodness sakes, y'all. Goodness sakes. What a stream. What a stream already. Y'all fantastic. I can't say that enough. Thank you. And also, if you happen to have a answer for the question of the week, what game or game series do you wish had gotten a sequel? Feel free to let me know. I'm interested to know. It could be something like Beyond Good and Evil, which has had a sequel in development hell for a decade at least. Or something that ended on a cliffhanger that you wish got picked up again, or something that you just wish you saw more of. Like maybe like Kingdoms of Amalur or something like that. Even if you don't know the ending of it yet, yeah, just whatever you're feeling at the moment. And might even already get a sequel. Just throw it on in, Zelda. Just throw whatever you're thinking, throw it on it. Nox, interesting. Nox sounds familiar. And it's by Westwood. Was that a real time? Was that an RTS game? Go. Thank you so much for offering. I was going to reach out when we got closer to GoTel, so thank you so much. You're wonderful. So kind. Did you just say Mass Effect? Is that some good shit? You need more of that in your life. True. Okay. I mean, that's fair. I guess also, I mean, you can include Andromeda in this if you want, but Mass Effect had a wonderful trilogy, right? But it didn't get that sequel trilogy, which would be interesting. You played warrior, conjurer, or wizard. Ooh, into a fantasy world through your TV. That's awesome. You played it a lot in your childhood? Nice. The origin was different depending on which class you played. That's awesome. Okay, my pick, and it just came to me because you reminded me of it, Element. Just a game that I played a lot as a kid. Armed and Dangerous was for the original Xbox. It was by LucasArts, of all publishing companies. And it was this weird comedic game set in this dystopian world, and you were part of a rebellion, and it was good. It had some like fantastic like British dry humor in it, and it was just so fucking good. I still have my original copy of it because I think it was like 10 cents they offered me when I went to trade it in. It's like, you know what? I can keep the game. That's fine. I don't have the console anymore, but I can keep the game. Oh, but yeah, I loved it. Third person shooter. Um and it's really fun. You had an anti-grav gun, which was a giant corkscrew, and you would screw that into the ground, and it would make make all enemies around you fall off the screen. It's wonderful. There was also a land shark gun that just shot out a shark that went into the land and started eating people. Ooh, Brutal Force, man. That was one of those like Halo killers back in the day, right? Oh, that'd be awesome. Oh yeah, and you also said Skyrim. Yeah, that'd be interesting. They Elder Scrolls doesn't really revisit things that they've already or revisit areas that they've already had games on, right? Like there's like discussion of like different continents and whatnot, but mainly they're all in kind of like discrete parts of the world. Am I right in thinking that? I don't know about Elder Scrolls Online, but I think like the numbered entries. Get to see Elder Scrolls 6, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Is the longer Starfield's delayed, probably the longer that you you have to wait for Skyrim 2. For Skyrim 2, that they're going to backport to every single console ever made so that they can catch up to Skyrim. Because my God, how is that thing on so many consoles? They keep finding consoles that don't have it already. Like, how is there anything that hasn't had Skyrim on it? I can't believe that they haven't just like shipped out like a GB color version of the game. Be like, hey, here you go. here's a port of Skyrim. Dragon Age was great, but nothing has hit that peak. Gotcha. They are different games, Dragon Age and Skyrim. So I get what you mean. Dragon Age is very much a BioWare game in fantasy. Is all of Tamriel. Oh, minus a few zones, so it's mostly the whole continent. Gotcha. Final Fantasy Tactics. Ooh. See, I played the only Final Fantasy game I've beaten is Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, which I believe is a completely separate story from that, but I loved it. It was also like an isekai. It starts out with you, your brother, and maybe one other person that you know in the real world being pulled into this fantasy world, and it was really good. Like I put like close to 300 hours into that. Just on road trips and whatnot. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Do y'all have a game series that has a sequel that you just kind of ignore? That you're like, you know what? We don't need to talk about that. Like, you know, Dead Space 3, we don't really need to talk about Dead Space 3. Or shoot, what's another one? I mean, don't really want to. Yeah, those are all good. I mean, like Resident Evil, like, you know, 6. We don't really talk about Resident Evil 6. Or Resident Evil 0, really. We really don't. We really don't. Recommend the classic FF Tactics for PlayStation. PSP might be worth it. Just to see the story at least. Gotcha. I've seen Pumpkinberry play some of that game. It looked really good. It looked like it had like full-fledged like Final Fantasy story, but in like a tactics game, and I love tactics games so much. I love XCOM. I couldn't quite get into XCOM 2, but that's mainly because they added a mechanic that made me stressed out. So killing you, so could you avoid that, please? Assassin's Creed, it's a good one. Are you thinking maybe 3 and 5 and 6? Independence bollocks, yeah. Final Fantasy 15. No one needed that one, really. Wait, is 15 the car trip? Is that 15? Or is that before then? It is the car trip. You don't like the boy band car trip? XCOM 2 just had me far too stressy, goat. that resource collector that would like destroy itself within so many turns, so you had to play so aggressive if you wanted that resource. Stressed me the heck out. Oh, you have to get 9 more renown levels to complete the battle pass. Ooh, by 11 hours from now. Oh shit. Good luck, Element. Good luck. I've heard they have some good things on the battle pass. Story was confusing. There was not much else put to it. There were movies, short animations, put all inside the game. God, they went all out for that, didn't they? Oh, you always name your units after you and your friends? Yeah. I lost my best friend very early on in the game. I have yet to tell him about that. And this was 10 years ago. It was him or me, okay? And I was a sniper, and I needed me to continue to be a sniper. I could not find a way to save Scummit so that we both lived. Oh. Very telling. Who you reload saves when they died, you go, well, we can keep going, yeah. That's always funny. Tactical bitch, same goat. Absolutely the same. And I loved how they gave code names for your units. Like, it was like code name like Gate Crasher or things like that when you did a mission. It was so cool. And how missions sometimes started with like people incognito as like civilians. That was so fucking cool. Damn it, and I want to play XCOM 2 again. Maybe this time I'll stick with it. Because I need a game to convince me to not play Hitman World of Assassinations anymore. The roguelike version of Hitman, which is fun. Don't get me wrong, it's fun. I love the Hitman games. But the roguelike elements are punishing me so bad. I lost one of my best snipers the other day. Your friend's code name was Dead Man Walking. Odious, you're not wrong. And happy hump day, Odious. It is good to see you. I hope you're having a fantastic one. Oh, it was all over the place, like the animations and all. Really, you have to go looking for those. That's kind of shitty. You have ADHD, yeah, right. ADHD, put all that shit in one place, right? Yeah. And also, any game that makes you like do like 100% of collectibles in order to like see everything, like ain't no one got the time for that. Ain't no one over 15 got the time for that. Hell yeah, Odia shopping in a Japanese dollar store for dish scrubbers, living the fucking dream. You had an autosave in XCOM 2 where it saved mid-match. You'd lose half the group each time. You kept replaying it over and over again. Finally got down to 1 loss. God damn, that's impressive. That is impressive. And that's like you were living Live Die Repeat that movie. You're like, I got it. I can do this. I know I can do this. I can figure it out. I can get this right. And 1 loss is not bad. Oh. Low-key the best. Nice. You waste so much time in there. Like, just like Japanese stores or like Asian grocery stores are so fucking cool. They have some of the coolest things and the best like baked goods. It's so great. Oh, you hate losing anyone? Yeah. I've never played XCOM on the harder difficulties because I know that sometimes you get into that point where you lose somebody. It's like, well, I've got no replacements. I've only got like some level 1 rookie scrubs that I can't take with me because they'll get killed initially or immediately. So many good soldiers in one fight. Yeah. Just one is worth it, right? I mean, that's a fair tactical loss. That is a fair tactical loss. You're in a friend stream of it at the minute, and when people die and get put back into the game, they add numbers to their name. Nice. You're only goat the second. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And yeah, that would be a great streaming game. That's true. That's true. I don't think they have crowd control for that. Could you imagine crowd control with that game? Be kind of neat, but also that game plays slow enough that it'd be difficult. Your favorite tactics game was back in the early 2000s. Oh, yeah, it was an Army Men themed game. I remember those. I think I rented one for the PlayStation 2. That sounds about right. It was like a third-person shooter at the time. It was fun, but difficult. Goat redeemed, add 10 aliens. Yeah, right. Reinforcements incoming. Or like you redeem, it's like, oh yeah, this mission's just over. So everyone comes back. Everyone who's alive right now just comes back alive. Oh, and this one you deployed units? Nice. That sounds really fun. Another co-op Portal game would be fun. Yeah. Man, I know that Valve doesn't like making games. I get that, okay? Games are difficult and they take time. But if they gave us more Portal games, that would be amazing. At what tier can we make you play Hotline Miami? Portal 3? Zelda, Valve can't count to 3. They just can't. The closest thing we get is the Portal desk game. Wait, have you played that? Have you played the Aperture desk game? So that's really fun. There's an unofficial Portal 3, but it isn't co-op. Oh, poop. That stinks. It's free on Steam. Ooh. Be a slog of potential frustration. You know, Otis, I'll write that down. I'll write that down. You did watch LB play it. That's right, she did play it. It looks like a ton of fun. Hotline Miami. I have another idea for a game unlock, but I'm not quite sure how it'll work for that weekend. But I do have an idea. I'm just gonna tease that at the moment. I have an idea. Oh, I mean, from what I've seen, the early levels seem doable, which I don't doubt that I would be able to get past 1, maybe. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. What's the problem? Infinite lives, right? How hard could it be? Easy mode. Oh, goodness. Goodness. Well, should we pull up Pentiment? Should we see what hell we had for us in this game? With crowd control? God, could you imagine? I got to double check that. I had a whole bunch of crowd control links open. And actually, in fact, I still do on my laptop. They have crowd control Vampire Survivors, which might be fun. Oh, yeah. And of all things, they have crowd control Resident Evil for the PlayStation 1. Not for the one you can get from Steam, but for the PS1 version. Oh, it doesn't look like I have Hotline Miami and crowd control, but that would be wild. Oh, or Dead Cells with infinite lives turn on, see how far you get, you know? That's not too bad of an idea. Too bad. I know. It's interesting to see what ones they have. I might look into seeing if I could figure out how to do crowd control a little bit. I don't have much don't have much faith in my ability to learn how to be helpful and make something stable by the time March or May comes around. So this might be a next year type of thing. So many sponges. Are you going to get one of each? You going to try out each one and make a sponge review YouTube? I bet there's a market for that. Yeah, camera may go a little wonky while Pentiment thinks about it. It just said initializing storage, and I immediately thought it said initializing sponges. You don't have that kind of money. You don't have that kind of sponge money. That's true, and I mean that's fair. It's fair. All right. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, we all good. We all good. Not a hero. Ooh. That. I'm getting that confused with Nobody Saves the World. But that sounds neat. Oh, y'all, if you haven't played it, Katie played this on Logi's channel last night. Sayonara Wild Hearts. It's like a fucking amazing game. So cool. It has a great kind of like vaporwave aesthetic, and it's so cool. It has some like amazing music in it because it's like partly a rhythm game, and it's so fucking cool. It's pretty short too. Okay, yeah. Test that the controller. If I gave you focus. Nope. You're a bit of lurky? Yeah. Enjoy the lurk element, and I hope that your Sea of Thieves grinding goes well. I hope you don't get any Krakens. But please, if you can, admire the water in that game for me, because that water in that game is absolutely gorgeous. Every time I think back on like the first time I played that game, I want to boot it back up just to look at the water. Because it is fucking gorgeous. Ooh, yeah. I'll post it in Discord, Odious. And yeah, y'all. We're a new character. We kind of got people riled up last stream. And we found out Brother Guy was embezzling money from the monastery, or from the abbey. And Guy kind of died. He met with the fiery end by the angry mob. And the miller who was protecting Brother Guy also died. Oh, thank you, Goat. You're wonderful. He also died. And they still set fire to the abbey because they had this ultimatum. They had this old tomato given to them by the Duke. He had somebody run up. He held out this old moldy tomato and said, "Take this. If you let the abbot and the monks go, we will discuss some of your terms. We can be lenient on some taxes for the citizens, not the peasants. And we can make things kind of go back to normal." And one of the guys who was leading the angry mob was like, Back to normal, huh? And he went in and he just lit fire to all that fucking books in the library. He's like, you know what? Fuck you. And our character, being somewhat of an idiot, ran in and tried to save as many books as he could, and then burnt to death. And now we are some number of years later, and we're playing the young lady who we gave the book to in the last game. It was a blockhead. I mean, you know, he even came back out with like 5 books. He's like, I'm going back in. It's like, fucking, what the fuck? He did. So in Andreas's defense, before all this happened, he's like, my apprentice, Casper, this dude behind me, he leaves town right now, and you let him go. And Casper, I will catch it back up to you later. So at the very least, he made a very good decision for that young child. I'm going back in. There's more books. Maybe there's a book about how to survive in a burning building, right? Or, you know, maybe there's a book about smoke inhalation. Oh, wanted to go to preserve. I do get that, but the fact that he didn't survive and none of the books did, I just don't know. I mean, I don't know what he was hoping the outcome would be, because not much good happened from his intervention there. So, but we did in fact get somebody else killed. So, you know, Andreas has that 2 for 2. Saw a murder, found a murderer. Was it an actual murder? We don't know. We thought about it, yeah. However, we always were kind of a blockhead, as Odious said. Oh. Right? I know, yeah. I wonder if the personality did change. Because we gave her the book on romance, the book that would help foster her imagination. And she still works for her father, who's the printer of the town. And as soon as we got into here, we quit. Our name is Magdalene, by the way. Yeah. So everyone, get cozy, get a snack, get your favorite beverage, and let's see how this game continues, because I don't know how long this act is. We may be here for the rest of the month. Agnes gathers chamomile here every year to prepare her cures for the coming year. Saint Satia's shrine. Martha especially likes to leave offerings for her. Oh yeah, why aren't we taking we were gathering droppings from the tree that we were going to use for inks. I guess we're just going to leave them there. Can't believe how quickly the leaves changed this year. Global warming. Sorry. It's nice to see some green this time of year. Horehound is one of the few plants that can grow year-round here. So you saying you got plenty of whores. Sorry. Wait, who's this? Raxlov. Hello, Magdalene. You smoky? You are smoky. Hello, Magdalene. It's nice to see. Oh. See, more whorehound. Okay. I forget where we're going. We're going... meeting at the Wrath House. The place that was always under construction. Is the sister still in there? Let's see if we can talk to her. Anyone? No? Okay. I'd be interested to see if she's still alive. The imprisoned sister. Oh. Hey again, Mags. Dot dot dot. Are you serious? I just told you not to call me that. What are y'all doing out here? Don't you have better things to do? What business is that of yours? Not me. All my work's done, Mags. What do you care? It's not like you've got important work to do. Ooh, ooh. Sweet. We get to pick her background. So I wonder if our choice had any effect at all. Tinkerer. Magdalene maintains and tinkers with the press and type. Sometimes worked with Baltus. Baltus was pretty cool last time. Domestics. Magdalene can handle anything connected with household or animal work. Bookkeeping. Magdalene is proficient with balancing numbers and general accounting of data and information. I want to say tinker. Not just because that's almost like tinkle. I think tinkerer makes her like so fucking cool. And it makes sense. Like she lives with the printing press. Of course she's going to be curious about how it works and maybe come up with the Mark II version. You think I'm the only one who went there? I don't know, Odious. I don't know. I surely isn't because I dang it. Because I almost misspoke when I read it the first time. Maybe she was elderly. Gotcha. I did almost say tinkler when I read it first, so maybe that's why. I keep the press running for my dad, and I work with Baltus on his inventions. That seems a little more important than standing around the commons. Standing around the commons in the middle of the day. Baltus inventions are stupid. Doesn't seem like something a girl should be involved with, if you ask me. Well, Apollo, I mean, we didn't ask you, but you also didn't ask for the swift kick in the nuts that's about to be coming your way. Right. No one did. Fuck yeah. Now go kick him in the nuts. Calm down, Max. You're going to get a reputation. Too late to worry about that. She already has a reputation. Whoa. Barbs. Magdalene is skilled at stinging, countering, and otherwise deflating people in conversation. 0 out of 10. Can't kick him in the nuts, right, Element? Like, come on. Flirt. Magdalene likes to playfully tease and flirt with people. Haggle. Magdalene is a strong negotiator, whether it comes to finances or other matters of trade. Or snoop. Magdalene has a penchant for sneaking around, eavesdropping on conversations, and passing gossip. Oh, fuck. I like the idea of barbs, just because that'd be so fun, and I'm not good at that IRL, and that'd be really fun to have this character do. But, what do y'all think? Sorry. That little sip of water really infirmed me. Always flirt? I mean, yeah, it's true. I mean, who doesn't like a flirty, like, inventor? Like, that's kind of cool, right? Magdalene the Bard. Yeah. Heartbreaker. Heartmaker. Oh my god, she could make a robot or an automaton and flirt with, and have that either flirt with the automaton or have the automaton go on flirting with the town for her. She could do so many flirts per hour with that. Or Snoop. She could have like an automaton go around just snooping Running everything down on a wax cylinder. So that's 1 for flirt. We can do flirt. Flirt seems fun. You like flirty makers? Danganronpa or are they are they flirtatious inventors? Okay. Okay, y'all. If you want, okay, flirt or flirt or barbs. Cast your votes now in chat. I'll be some acid clips that are oh jeez. I didn't know she was playing through that series and that's awesome. Choice 2, so either barbs or flirt. No, I mean, Element, they're all good options. So barbs, so she's great at you know, countering, being witty, that kind of thing. Barbs as in insults, yes. Or flirtatious, as in flirting. 2? Okay. That's 2 for flirts then. So let's go for flirts. I think they're all going to be fun. I get it. You're jealous because I'm not as sweet to you as I am the other boys. Ooh, fuck. That's still pretty good. That's still a pretty good insult. So your perverted mind invents all of these scandalous stories you tell people about me. In your dreams, you're not even that pretty. Okay, another kick in the another kick in the nuts. Come on. Otts, you want to be the 3rd kick in the nuts? We can hit all 6 nuts today. That's not what you said a couple days ago. All right, we got it. Lay off. Did you get those things your dad wanted? Oh, that's right. No, not yet. Hopefully I can just drop them off and start my reading for the day. Line them up. A barbarous flirt. Go, girl. Exactly. In 1 kick. Exactly. That's all you need. Reading? What book is so important that you need to get back to it? The polyglot. Magdalene can't speak any foreign languages other than Italian, but she can read a little of almost all of them. The Volksbücher. Or Butcher? Magdalene is familiar with the most popular common books of the day. Assorted trivia, almanacs, common knowledge, and scatological stories. I don't like knowing scatological stories. If that I don't think that means that, but Reformation. Magdalene has read a wide range of contemporary books on the Reformation and Counter-Reformation. Are we a religious person? I kind of like us being worldsy. Sort of trivia, almanacs, common knowledge. That's neat. Wide range of contemporary books on the Reformation, Counter-Reformation. Reformation would be topical of the time, right? Yeah. And being well read on the Reformation would probably be a good thing. Living through the terror of Luther. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it would be good, right, for her to be up on that, because then she would be probably like the part of the enlightened group of the town. Having common knowledge and being a tinkerer. Yeah, that's true. And just knowing like trivia. You know what? I like the way you're thinking, Odious. Let's go with common knowledge and being a tinkerer. Ba-ba-da. shit. Melusine. Esther sent it to me from Prague. Prague. Sorry. God. Is that about the snake woman who takes off all her clothes? Sort of, but no, not really. Or at all. Even a little bit. Ooh, does it have any pictures? Right, I want to see. Calm down, I'm not showing you lecherous dogs anything. Don't you read all sorts of books about knights and whatever? Yes, knights, princesses, gods, monsters. That sort of thing. I'm named after a god. Apollo! You may be named after a god, but you are not the brightest bulb. My guy. I'm sorry. I'm aware, Apollo. Yes, your sister too. What's a good story about Apollo? He's going to flame out in a great death of destruction? Yeah. Once he was so obsessed with a girl that she begged the gods to turn her into a tree so he'd stop bothering her. Good old Laurel. That sounds like you, Apollo. God damn it. Wait, aren't you supposed to be at the Wrath House too? You're on the council. Sure, but it's pointless without your dad's plans. Hurry up and get them. I'll see you there. Fucking Apollo. Flame out, yeah, the heat death of destruction, yeah. Him and his fucking chariot. Is that us? No, that's not us. No, that's not. That's not my last name. My last name is definitely not Bakery. We live... Excuse me, we live here? This is our house? Yes, this is our house. God. The Wrath House mural sketches. I think this is what my dad wants. I think these are all of the plans. What is this? Is this part of the plans? It's gonna be a tiny slip of paper. Stop. Huh? This isn't Dad's handwriting. I can actually kind of read this. What an odd color. We don't have an ink like this here. Did someone leave this here? What an odd color. At least I don't think we do. Well, whatever. I'll bring it just in case. Dad has a gothic hand? Maybe. Or whoever's leaving these notes seems to be against progress. So the Baron who was promoting and talking about Luther was murdered. The person who was Otto, the carpenter who was riling up the peasants of the town and everybody to change the way that the town was run, was murdered. And Dad, dear old Dad, who may be ushering in something new with his print shop, may now be too progressive for whoever is writing these. And we just now have confirmation it wasn't Brother Guy because we killed Brother Guy. So there goes that theory. All right, I'd better get these over to the Wrath House. Tried. I mean, yeah. At the very least, we can cross Brother Guy off as a suspect. Hydrate. Thank you, Zelda. Can I kick him in the nuts now? I've never kicked a god in the nuts. Apollo will do. Or craft with a couple extra Fs. Carl. Good old Carl. Oh, shit. They actually did build this. That's wild. Last time we saw this, it was just like 2 or 3 layers of bricks. The Rathaus is the biggest building in Tassing. Balta's clock took ages to build in place. It's a nice clock, I gotta say. I don't understand how we're still arguing about this. These murals should depict the truth. What we know is the truth. I don't think it's so simple, Klaus. Are you afraid of angering our Lord, Father Thomas? I think Father Thomas means that the truth is not so easily agreed upon. The truth, right? I don't know. I'm tired of arguing. I just want it to look nice and show what happened. Oh, Big George, did you lose an eye? My guy, I'm sorry. Magdalene, thank you for bringing these. Maybe illustrations will succeed where talking has failed. I'm done arguing with them. I'll see you at home for supper. Oh, bye, Dad. It's all right, Magdalene. We don't need to see the drawings. It's not that we don't understand what he's trying to do. I didn't realize we'd upset him so much. Sounds like things got worse after I left. Well, we've been arguing about this for almost 2 hours. This could be solved with the sword. Like the truth usually is. Yeah, right. For all the good it did us, he hasn't budged. What's the point of talking if you can't make any progress? Magdalene, can you speak to your father? Help him see things from our point of view. Father Thomas, I don't even know what you're all arguing about. So in the end, I ran to get the plans that you don't want to see, and now you want me to do something else for you? I do love that. Like, wait, well, now what the fuck you want me to do? I don't even know what you're arguing about. What is your point of view? Klaus has strong, very strong opinions on how the history of Tassing, of Kirsau Abbey, should be portrayed. And those portrayals may upset some of our neighbors. Isn't the real concern that it's going to upset the Lord? Isn't everyone really worried about him coming here someday and seeing the revolt memorized on the wall? You keep saying that we all disagree with him. I don't think I do. Not entirely. Well, what do you think, Big George? I know I'm not the smartest man in this room, but I know what happened to my own dad. I know what he did. It does not feel right to ignore what happened to him. What happened to Otto? Look, you all knew my dad. I never had the chance. I don't want to make the people in this town angry. I don't want to make our Lord angry. None of us do, but maybe there's a way to tell the story in a way that's true without upsetting anyone. So it's all very complicated, you see, Magdalene. I'm the traditionalist here, and I really think that we should just, put whatever story we believe about Jesus on the wall and just be done with it. But everyone else seems to think that the history of the town is, kind of important too. Try to get him to consider a portrayal of our history that's a little less inflammatory and a little bit more complimentary to those in power. My father was deeply affected by the revolt. It won't be easy to convince him of anything. I don't think it's as complicated as you all think. So let me convince him to do what you say. I'm sure that will work. Yeah. I'm going to say this one because, fuck y'all. So no fire, would that be less inflammatory? Hey. Really what they want is they just want him to do what they say. and they're frustrated that he won't. And that was what the revolt was all about. No, at least not entirely. We need to come to an agreement or call off the mural entirely. He's been wanting to paint this mural for years. You can't tell him no all of a sudden. Then help us, Magdalene. Your father will listen to you. All right, I won't promise anything though. He's already hard enough to convince. Fine, but only so he could paint it, not on account. Excuse me, jeez, of your bickering like children. Hot damn. I love that. Now I'm going back home. This mess has already taken too much of my day already. We got a fucking fancy clock. God damn. God damn, god damn. Magdalene. Thank you for bringing the drawings to the Wrath House. I'm sorry it was a waste of time. Those men don't know what they want. When I tell them what I'm trying to do, they get scared. Then they talk and talk and they talk all day and we're never any closer to a decision. Dude, fucking corporate life. We got a clock upgrade. What the town got one. Yeah, indeed. I'm sick of it. Sick of the whole thing. Dad, I'm worried about you. Can you just start working on it? If they don't like it, they'll have to figure it out for themselves. They'd probably stop arguing if you propose something more predictable. Let's sneak in. Let's paint during the night. We'll be breaking and painting. Instead of breaking and entering, it's painting and entering. I could, but the first payment requires the council's approval. Damn it, I don't even care about the money. Maybe you're right. To hell with them. I didn't realize you were so upset about it. We hear all these stories about what this place was, how it came to be. And it feels like history is something that happened before, happened to other people. But 18 years ago, we lived through something. You and I, everyone in Tassing. Everyone wants to forget about it, pretend it didn't happen. You don't. No, I don't. All those years ago, I did nothing. I was worried for you, worried for Benjamin and Rachel and Esther. I was so afraid that I'd lose you. I wouldn't have been able to bear it. In the end, so many people died anyway. Peter and Ulrich and Andreas and all of the others. And we lived. Dad, everyone says that it wouldn't have made any difference. If you and the others had fought, you would have died. I would have died. Maybe I could have stopped him from going to the mill. Or maybe we could have stopped the peasants from burning it down. We'll never know. Can't change the past, Dad. Is that what this is about? This mural? It's a chance to put something down in a place where everyone can see. If people start to forget, this will remind them. We were here. This happened. If I don't do it, who will? You're right, Dad. I wish the men in that Wrath House saw me the way you do. One way or another, you'll figure it out. I hope so. All the arguing's left me beat. I'm going to bed early. Alright, I'm going to stay up for a bit and write a letter to Esther. Good. Please say hello to her from me. And her parents. I know, Dad. Good night, Magdalene. I love you. I love you too. All this running around has left me tired too. It'll be nice to sit down at my desk and just write for a while. That was very sweet. And yeah, like, I understand why no one else wants him to do the mural like he wants to do it. Because they're all terrified of further pain coming from those in charge, but fuck, they lived through something. They lived through historical times and all of the pain and trauma that comes with. All right. Where to begin? I should write to Esther. Dearest Esther, I hope you've been well. Autumn has reached us here in Tassing at last. I hope you and your family are well. Dad sends his regards to your parents like usual. I've spent the last few days collecting oak galls with Sister Gertrude. I don't suppose you have the chance to do that in Prague. I don't know why I keep saying Prague weird. Sister Gertrude has been teaching me how to grind them into a smooth ink. It's difficult work. You'll find no better ink anywhere in Bavaria. I'll send along a bottle with this letter. Oh, did I mention Dad started a new project? He's painting a mural of Tassing's history in our new Rathouse to memorialize the revolt. The whole thing has me thinking about my own family history, past, present, and future. I don't think I want to stay in Tassing forever. It's a quaint place to grow up, but I'm 20 now. The printing shop has been in the family for years. I'm looking forward to taking it over. See the world, you have real skills. They can be put to use elsewhere. Dad says I should take over the shop, but I want to do more with my life. Not just take over a print shop in some tiny town in the Alps. If I married a master printer, then I could become part of the Printers Guild. I'd be able to send Dad my extra earnings and make a name for myself in one of the cities. And yes, before you break the nib off your pen, I will come to visit you in Prague. I promise. I'll try to make time to visit before winter. Life has been bustling here. Dad's been busy with the Rathouse mural, so I've taken over work. I've taken over in the workshop. I'm sure it will be a sight to behold once it's finished. Right back to me soon. All my love. Magda. God, look at that fancy ass clock. It's so cool. Fine, I'll go to bed, game. It's late. I should get some rest soon. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Bum, 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 bow, bow. You gonna sleep on top of the bed like everybody else? You sure are. God, that's gotta be cold. I just always, whenever I think of the past, I always think of people cold and slightly damp. Ah, Dad? Dad? Magdalene. Dad! Hang on, I'm coming. Oh, what the fuck? Dad! Magdalene. What happened? Are you alright? You're bleeding. Someone came into the house. They hit me over the head. I'll get Dr. Stoltz. Try not to move, Dad. Magdalene, it's not safe. Whoever attacked me. The wound is too deep for me to take care of on my own. We need to get Dr. Stoltz. I can't carry you across town. Dad, I won't be long, I swear. Please just hold on. Magdalene, be careful. I will. I'll be right back, I promise. Let me guess, more murder? How'd you know, Odious? What a surprise. It's almost like whoever's leaving those notes is trying to get people killed. You know why anyone would want to attack you, Klaus? No. Maybe someone didn't like one of the books I sold them. Are you sure you didn't see a shadow and hit your head on the printing press, Big George? My dude, come on. Come on, George, you saw the workshop. Somebody was looking for something. A burglar in Tassing? That's preposterous. Father Thomas, you... Suspect number one, you. Well, if it wasn't an attack, what was it? Enough. It was a deliberate blow to the head, unless any of you wish to debate my diagnosis. Warner, that's interesting. Oh, yeah, I'm sure he forgot where the printing press was because he moves it all the time. Yeah, right? It's not something he stubs his toe on every day because it's the exact same spot. No, of course not. No, of course. As I thought. Truthfully, Klaus, I'm surprised the blow didn't kill you. You have a strong skull. You sure are thick, Klaus. Sure are thick. And, I mean, your head, too. It's a grave injury. Magdalene, you'll need to help take care of your father. I will. Whatever I need to do. Good. Of course, the mural will have to be called off now. Klaus, you absolutely cannot get out of bed. No, it has to be done. This is too important. Are we gonna hire Casper to come to town to do the mural? Just give me some time to rest. I'll find a way to make it work. I don't think we need to cancel the entire project. Can we just wait? Klaus, your health comes first. Anyway, we haven't been able to agree on what the mural should be. Indeed, it might be best to abandon the idea entirely. Father Thomas, you're looking mighty guilty, my friend. And that's how we turned into the owner of a printing conglomerate. Exactly. All according to plan. With respect, Father Thomas, you are not on this council. Ooh. Yes, just offering an opinion. I can paint the mural. What? Max, quit joking around. Well, I know you want to help your dad, but aren't you too young for something this big? Moving on. I've been painting since before I could walk. You don't think I'm good enough? I'm old enough to run the print shop by myself, and Dad trusts me to illustrate the books. Isn't that enough? I'm older than Otts, and he's on the town council. And he doesn't even do anything. That fucking shade at option number 3 is so good. It is so choice. Oh, goodness. God, that's good. I'm old enough to run the print shop by myself. Get him. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. If you put him on the council, when in doubt, throw shade. Exactly. And Utz has been talking down to us a little bit. We need to humble him a little bit. Yes, I do. I do plenty for the town. Painting a mural this large and complicated will take a lot of skill and expertise. So that's why we're having your dad make it. He's been making art forever. I agree with Paul. Klaus needs home care, and you're best suited for that, Magdalene. Not a mural. What is that supposed to mean? Fuck yeah. Crotch kicks coming up. Well, are you sure you're up for it? Physically, I mean. It's quite demanding. You'd be up on scaffolding and could fall. What would any of you know about it? Line up those nuts, boys. Just kicking the entire town, the entire male population of the town in the crotch today. Because what the fuck? Are you not listening to me? I've already been doing this work for years. I am not, Magdalene, we're not giving up yet. Doing this work for years. I know what it takes. Dad knows what it takes. Do you? Merriment, welcome, welcome. Happy hump day. I hope you're having a good one. Welcome in. We're taking down medieval patriarchy. At least we're trying to. Crush them. Yep, we're trying to take it out on the nuts of this town. Figuratively and literally. I can do it, Dad. Klaus, if you don't trust Magdalene to do the mural, it's hell with a lot of you. Fuck yeah, Dad. Klaus. Yeah, to hell with you, Father Thomas. If you don't trust her, you don't trust me. I'll never do any work for this council again. Fuck yeah. All right, I say we let her. It doesn't look like we have much of a choice. No, it doesn't. Because y'all are, thumbs up your asses, city council doing nothing. Meanwhile, we're a working class family who's actually doing shit and has skills. Very well. All right, Magdalene. You can do it. But you still need to talk to us about what you're doing. All right? Fine, but I'm taking Dad's ideas into account. What? Well, we'll figure it out. Thanks, Magdalene. Rest up, Klaus. I'll do my best, George. Magdalene, just a moment. Yes? What is it? Your father is lucid right now, but his injury is severe. His current demeanor is misleading. I know the injury is severe, Warner. I saw the blood. I saw all the blood. Yeah. Magdalene, there is damage to his brain. I touched it just to make sure, and it's pretty bruised. He may have a few weeks, maybe even a few months left, but he's not going to survive. Can't we take him to see a surgeon? No, he can't go out of bed, and carts these days are too bumpy. You can make him comfortable. You can enjoy the time you have left. But time will run out before long. So it was a murder after all. Future murder. The attack. Dad needs to be able to see the mural in its finished form. But I don't know how much time he has left. Warner said it could be a few months or... God protect him. I'll pick up where Dad left off. He wanted to paint the history of Tassing from its earliest days to the revolt. I'll start with the earliest part of Tassing's history, the pagan tribes and the Romans. Then I'll move on to the founding of the abbey and Tassing's saints. After that, I should find a way to represent our recent history. Depicting the revolt is important to Dad. People in Tassing might know some of the town's history, but not all of it. Dad said the library in Curacao had those records. He was going to write to the last prioress to see if she had any information. I should write to her now. I'm thinking about it. All right, where to begin? So, starting in the earliest parts of history and moving up to more recent makes sense, because then at least we can start shit and be like, hey, this is what we're painting. Yeah. We'll talk about the revolt portion of our history later. And then just sneak that in when no one's paying attention. Dad told me the last prioress at Curacao knew something about the old history of Tassing. He said she became the abbess of a convent in Bologna. Mother Illuminata. Yes, at Santa Margherita. I should write to her. Spontaneous recovery during head injury, indeed. Mother Illuminata, abbess on Santa Margherita, formerly prioress of Curacao Abbey. Formerly librarian of Curacao Abbey. See you, prioress. My name is Magdalene Druckerin. I do not believe we ever met, as I was very young when you left Curacao. I am the daughter of Klaus Drucker, Magdalene. We are printers from Tassing. Let's do slightly more introduction. Be like, hey, I don't think we've ever met. You were acquainted with my father. He bought many books from the library before that terrible fire consumed the place. I'm writing because my father and I are creating a mural in the Tassing Rathaus. It's going to tell the history of our community and of Curacao as well. We have only legends and folklore, since of course all of Curacao's books were destroyed in the fire. I was hoping you could tell us something about the early history of the town when the Romans were here. If you know anything about the early history of the abbey itself, we would also be glad to hear of it. We would appreciate any help you could give us, and we hope you are well. Jesus Christ. My father always spoke highly of you, especially how you cared for the sisters after the fire. My father always spoke highly of you, especially how you cared for the library and its books. Always spoke highly of your piety and intellect. If you would not mind a personal question, was it hard to return to Italy after being here for so many years? Let's do this one, the library and its books. God bless you, because I know that my sneezing powder that I included in this letter will have gone off. Magdalene. Oh. I wonder if we're gonna ever find out who was sending these little notes, or if it's something that we're kind of fucked out of knowing because of some decisions I've made earlier in the game. If I want to finish the mural before Christmas, I should start planning tomorrow. I should head to bed and get as much rest as I can. Oh, okay. It's late. I should get some rest soon. Go to sleep. Alright. This clock fucks me up because it's like to 12, 1 to 12, 1 to 12, 1 to 12. Oh shit, we're skipping all the way to March, or to November 6th. Ah, Mr. Struckerin. I have a few letters here addressed to you. Take care now. Thank you, sir. Do you tip the mailman in these days? Guess not. Mother Illuminata wrote back to me. I hope her response helps me paint the mural. Ooh, this is cool. Mr. Struckerin, thank you for your letter. I hope this reply finds you and your father in good health. I'm all about that. I remember you both, as your father would carry you between the rows of our library in its final years. I also remember your late mother and brother. God keep their souls. Well, we did have some books that we discussed, or that discussed Tassing's past. It's likely they were as mythological as what your neighbors believe. That said, I remember one of the peasants, Tillman Kreutzer, read about the history of the town. I know he died during the revolt, but perhaps his family knows some of what he learned. I should also say that it's not true that all of Cursow's books were destroyed by the fire. Andreas Mahler managed to save some from the flames. God rest his soul. So he did do a good thing. Okay, I take back some of the things I said. I thought that he saved none. In the aftermath of that terrible night, cataloging and preserving the surviving books was not at the top of our minds. Even so, this topic has stirred a memory within me. Several years before the fire, there was a death at Curacao, the murder of Baron Rothvogel. He had mentioned something about finding a copy of Historia Tassiae, a comprehensive chronicle of your home. I'd forgotten about it until now because the murder dominated all our thoughts in the days and weeks that followed. It troubles me now because I recall that the late Father Matthias was also reading a copy of Historia Tassiae shortly before he died. We never accounted for either book's whereabouts. They may have been hidden somewhere in the library and went up with everything else. Perhaps Prior Fenric took it from the Baron after the murder. Fenric had an interest in books of all sorts. Of course, it seems like an odd thing to do in the moment. Then again, only God knows what he did and why he did it. Nicholas Haberle, the Baron's manservant, believed it may have been stolen by the town's thief, Martin Bauer. If Martin is still alive, I would ask him if he knows where the book is. Hopefully he didn't trade it for a mug of beer on his way out of Tassing. If the man has passed from this world, perhaps his family knows where the book wound up. As for the history of the Abbey, I fear that was also lost in the blaze. However, as sacristan, Prior Matthew learned a great deal about the subject. I've not kept in contact with him, but I know that he is now the Archduke of Sion. He is no longer a Benedictine, but he uses his family name Basigne Sao? You write to him soon. Your letter may reach him before snow covers Valius. God, I'm so sorry. My pronunciation has got to be god-awful. Please convey my best wishes to your father. He was a good friend to the Abbey in its better years. Despite the violence that occurred, I hold no ill will toward anyone from Tassing. I pray that you have seen better days since that night, and that God forgives the many errors we made. God bless you as well. Mother Illuminata, Abbess of Santa Margarita. Oh, Esther wrote to me as well. My dear Magda, my parents were glad to hear from your father. Please tell him they wish to hear from him soon. Speaking of printing, your ink was well received indeed. I've made several prints with it. They look lovely on the wall. Elisha has taken to making his own ink from scraps he found around the house after he saw yours. Mother was furious when he spent several pfennigs trying to find lapis at the market. She sent him scrubbing the floors for it. Took him 3 days. I'm glad you're keeping busy, even though it keeps you from visiting. Father says we'll have room whenever you decide to make an appearance. Though really, if you don't plan to stay in Tassing, you ought to come sooner than later. There are plenty of beautiful young Christian men around town, printers and academics alike. Or maybe something else. You'd have your pick. Prague is a good city for me as well. Before the explosion, there was a handsome man in a synagogue, Simon, who caught my eye. His father is a merchant, and he's a doctor. He went to the university at Padua? Can you believe it? I'd quite like to marry him, if I can find him again. Anyway, I think you'd have even better luck than me. The boys would swoon at a beautiful blonde artist from the Alps. Please keep us abreast of your father's mural. We'll have to come see when it is finished. Blessings, Esther. There's that rock, right? Prog rock? Yeah, yeah. You know, I think we could really have a good influence on the music scene in Prague. I'll have to write Esther back tonight. I should head home and check on Dad. Oh. No controlling for me. God, I get to sit back and just read. This is awesome. If I could stop pulling my own hair from my chair, that'd be great. Hey, Dad. How are you feeling? Ah, Magdalene. Sitting upright is still a struggle, I'm afraid. Dizziness makes my stomach turn, so I'd rather not eat at the moment. Are you sure? I can bring you up some light milk or broth. No, I can't stomach anything just yet. But tell me, where are you off to? I need to get started on the first part of the mural today, the old history. Mother Illuminata didn't know much about Tassing's early history, but she did give me a few places to start. Sorry, adjusting in the chair. I'm going to ask Black Till if his grandfather told him any stories. Illuminata said he used to read about the Romans. Mother Illuminata, Magdalene. Right, yes, Mother Illuminata. Young Kreutzer has mentioned those tales from time to time, yes. He comes by to borrow books now and then. Usually he's found some interesting old ruins. Usually when he's found some interesting old ruins out in the fields. You might ask him about that. Il Peter's always harumphed about how no one paid attention to the old ways anymore, too. I'm sure he'll have some stories to tell you about old Tassing. You might stop to talk to him. Il Peter is still alive? My God. I didn't think about that. Thanks, Dad. Excuse me. Of course, Magda. It's nice to feel useful, even if I am stuck in bed. Nonsense. I'm just glad you're awake. You might talk to Smokey, too. The old charcoal burner seems to know more about what's in the woods around town than anyone else. That, and he's a known gossip. He's always been kind to me when I chat with him. I'm certain he'll know something about the ruins. You may hear something worth your while at any rate. I'll go talk to him. What about the ruins or the mines? I can't just use books and stories alone. I want to explore whatever is left over the Romans had before. The salt mine and the Roman ruins are the oldest parts of Tassing, so it only makes sense to see what they left behind. Ah, you take after your mother. She was always thorough in her research. You always said, that's what good artists do, Dad. Be careful, all right? I know the twins mess around near the salt mine, but I don't want you getting hurt. I don't know why George doesn't keep them in line, always making trouble, those two. Don't worry about me, Dad. I'll be careful. They don't have brains enough to keep out of trouble. I do. That's what happens when you name your kids after pagan gods instead of saints, I guess. No need to throw shade at those twins about town. God, I still need to run the press for a little longer. Or, no, good. I still need you to run the press for a little longer, after all. Don't forget your other chores while you're running around town, all right? We still have a household to run. Don't worry, I'll get everything done. That's my girl. I'd better get going if I want to do all of that today. See you later, Dad. Good luck, Magdalene. Ba, 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 ba. Let's go talk to ill Peter, who's probably going to be so pissed since his son was murdered during the revolt. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. No, they're the other way. I always forget where their house is. Fuck you, Otts. Wait a second. You two are no longer part of the church, eh? God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, Magdalene. Hello, Matilda. Hello, Woshlav. How are you two? Very well. The Lord has blessed us more than we deserve. And how are you, Magdalene? I was worried with you keeping the house and the workshop all on your own. Let me bring by some soup for you and your father. You are very kind, Matilda. Thank you. Dad would love that. I've hardly had a moment to cook a hot meal. I wouldn't want to impose. Let's be like, hey, that'd be great for Dad. Between your father, the shop, and the mural, I'm surprised you're not dead on your feet. He's very He's very lucky to have such a devoted daughter. And before you worry about imposing, you're not. Taking care of our neighbors is how Tilda and I serve Tassing. Our vocation may have changed, but our gratitude to God and the town has not. You two were always so fucking sweet. I'm glad that you are maybe together. You've always been so dedicated to the town. It's hard to imagine you two ever lived in the Abbey. Dedicated. Your neighbors took care of us in difficult times. Sometimes those old days feel like another lifetime. A harder time, to be sure. Life feels pretty hard now. I thought the Abbey was better off than the town in those years. Like the poor Clares? What's that? Nope. There we go. That's the button. I couldn't figure out what button brought me the encyclopedia. Order of Contemplative Nuns founded by Saints Clare and Francis of Assisi. Assisi? As the name suggests, the poor Clares are devoted to extreme poverty. They subsist purely on the donation of alms. Good to know. We know they were not. I thought the Abbey was better off than the town in those years. So we were told. But in private, I believe Father Gurneau struggled to provide for a scriptorium and a double monastery. Didn't help that Guy was skimming off the top. However, seeing both the town and Curacao struggle was only part of what made that time hard. A nun's life can be a challenging one. But I never had to deal with difficulties you do now, Magdalene. What about your old life was difficult for you? I struggled with my vows, my discipline. I couldn't live as my sisters did. I broke my vows, as did Wosław. Wosław, you didn't. Oh, we certainly did. Wosław, please. So you left the Abbey? Though no one learned of what we did, the matter ate at my heart. That and being falsely accused of murdering the old Baron terrified you, and rightly so. We all must account for our sins, Magdalene. I was afraid I would account for mine sooner than I thought. Those were the hardest years of my life. I repented and prayed to God to absolve me. But the Lord always provides, even in the darkest days. The Abbey's destruction gave us a second chance. I can't imagine that the townsfolk were too happy to let you stay. It must be strange to leave that life after so long. That must have been incredibly difficult. I wish it was. That must have been difficult to leave that life after so long. Let's go with strange after so long. I like how that mentions the change. Ha! Well, I'll admit, it's been strange not being able to enter the convent. I miss the sisters terribly some days, but truthfully, it's been a relief not to be constrained by my vows. The Lord forgives more readily than man, Magdalene. Never think that you must remain in a place that causes you to sin, even if others think it godly. I'm glad you two are finally able to live life together. You both deserve it. Only by the grace of God are we in this life together. May it be many more years before we part. God willing. Anyway, Magdalene, I'll send that soup over to you shortly. Thank you, Matilda. God bless you both. God bless you, Magda. God bless. God damn. We got so much gossip from that. Oh man, I knew they've been flirty in the past, but ooh boy. Didn't know they took it that far. Let's talk to Endress. Let's see if Endress maybe found somebody. Hello, Magdalene. How is Klaus? Rissy and I are very worried. Did you marry that pot lady? Not well, Endress. May God look after you both. We've had enough tragedy in this town. Has Gertrude been by to see him? I trust her over that doctor. He's not reliable. I've noticed. He's the most bitter man I've ever met. He's all Dad and I have. I don't know what to do, Endress. He's not reliable. I've noticed. Um. Shit. Let's do this. Let's confide in Endress a little bit. Oh, Magdalene, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't gossip. If there's anything Rissy and I can do for you, let us know. Damn it, I was hoping that would loosen him up. I will. Thank you for your kindness, Endress. It's nothing. I owe your father more than I could say. Take care, Magdalene. Damn it. Are you Rissy? Are you the pot lady? Hello, Mistress Druckerin. How is Klaus? Endress and I have been terribly worried. Dad's spirits are high, but he still gets headaches and spells of dizziness. If there's anything we can do to help with, let us know. Endress is always ready to provide. He and Klaus have been friends for a long time. Many thanks to you both. We're certainly grateful. It's the least we can do. My sweetie rather admires Klaus. If you don't mind, you weren't born in Tassing, am I right? No, I am originally from Innsbruck. How did you arrive here? The twists of Providence are sudden and unpredictable. I was but a young girl selling all manner of wares on the market, pots and the like. One day, this man appears to the stall, all jitters and nerves, stammering over his words, but charming in a way. We spoke at length. I was intrigued and soon enamored, as if a candle had been lit. Say no more. Endris is a man of talent and means, after all. Blessed with a kind soul. How did it feel to leave your home for someone somewhere far away, uprooting yourself from the life you had? Frightening, to be sure, leaving Innsbruck, my friends and family behind. But it was exciting as well, going off to find new opportunities and build a new life. There wasn't much I had to look forward to in Innsbruck. Few prospects for a poor girl. I couldn't see myself sitting at the market continuing to sell odds and ends. Sometimes there are risks we just have to take. It's very inspiring, Resi. I'm glad you found happiness here. Yeah, fuck yeah. We're not... Option number 2, fuck that. We're not going to be with... Like, how can you say you're happy when... And that taking a risk was worth it when you don't know how it would have turned out otherwise? You'd say that for every single thing you do in life. It's not healthy. We all struggle in this world, but the moments of joy outweigh the bad. And may they for everybody. It's how God has set the world. His benevolence guiding us through it all. I feel I've been blessed. And it's not been all bad for Endris either. Whoa! Oh, I assist him with the bookkeeping side of the smithy. And other things. Wink, wink. Thank you for telling me about your past. You could have left out the whole sex stories. I hope I've made the right choices so far. Yeah, just thank you for telling me about your past. Yeah. It's nothing, Magdalene. I hope it has provided you with some encouragement. Magdalene is get GTFOing out of town. Don't forget, you are important as well and deserve to live your life. All right, I have to assist Endris with a few things. Be well, Magdalene. Until later, Therese. God damn, this is so fucking cool. Like, this is just so cool that it's done these these 2 different gaps in time, or fast forwards in time. Getting to see these people and how like your interactions with them kind of pay out. It's really cool. God, this game's awesome. Yo, Peter, what you doing? You carving a chicken? Or whittling a chicken? Hello, Peter. Can I talk to you for a moment? What's that? I was wondering if you could tell me some of the stories about Tassing. Can I talk to you for a moment? Oh, the old tales, It's been so damned long since anyone had a thought to ask me about what I know. There's still a few old tales knocking about in this skull. Are there any myths from even before the Romans came to Tassing? Oh, of course there are. The Romans weren't the first ones to live here, you know. God, we're getting him going. We're making this old man's day. There are spirits older than the saints that live in these woods. Older than the Romans. They protected Tassing before St. Moritz ever set a blessed foot in town. What sort of spirits? But Father Thomas says that the only good spirit is the Holy Ghost. Everything else is of the devil. I thought spirits only cause trouble, spoiling milk, making livestock sick, things like that. What sort of spirits? The sort that I'm getting at. Didn't your father teach you patience, Magdalene? But I want to know now. Sorry. It's Perchta and her wild hunt that scare the evil ones away. They've protected Tassing since its founding day. Long before those Romans, our ancestors roamed these mountains under a great chieftain called Retius. Now, folk weren't as kind as they are now, and the tribes fought one another for the best land. The old chieftain was a yellow-bellied coward who neglected the old gods. He was too proud to make offerings. Because of him, the gods favored other tribes and excuse again, oh my goodness. Ratius's people had no land to call their own. Instead, they wandered through these mountains and valleys, hunting and gathering what they could to survive. One day, when winter was approaching, Ratius went hunting and found a wounded wolf tangled in a trap. But instead of killing the beast, as most men would, he helped the beast and loosed it from its bounds. Was the wolf a spirit in disguise? Why would he do that? Wolves kill livestock. Carl told me 2 of his sheep were killed by wolves last month. Sounds like Retius was a bad chieftain too. Even I know it's foolhardy to let a wolf loose when you're hunting. Except unless it's one of those, god wolves. Was the wolf a spirit in disguise? Of course not. Wolves are wolves, girl. Damn, goddamn. Spirits don't need the skins of animals for their power. Still, you've got the sense of the thing. The old gods are keen to repay favors done, and Perchta is the goddess of the wild hunt. The wolves are her animals. She leads the wild hunt, and the wolves lead the hunts of the forest. Back in my day, folk knew it was bad luck to kill a wolf. Now, I'm the only one who remembers these things. Perchta saw Ratius's action and took favor on him and told the wolf to lead the chief to her sacred spring. Ratius led his people to the spring and claimed it for his homeland. We've been in this valley ever since. Then those goddamned Romans came and destroyed everything. But you see, there were other gods protecting this place before St. Moritz. That's why a few of us still honor Perchta. She protects us against witches and fiends. It's a wonderful story, perfect for the fierce part of the mural. But God protects us from spirits and devils now. We don't need Perchta. Our salvation is in the Christ. It's all superstition. All this just sounds like a story told to children. Magdalene, embrace the wondrous imagination that is non-Judeo-Christian stories. Good, good. Nice to know I could still be of some use in this town. What about the Romans? Do you know any Roman legends of Tassing? Roman legends? Pah! I don't bother with stories from outsiders or tales of gods that aren't our own. The Romans did nothing but conquer our people and destroy this town. We spent generation after generation building Tassing back up from those days. And still, our traditions keep dying, with no one to carry them on. Only Ursula's given a damn about them these days. Sorry, I'm so happy because Ursula's the one who we told old mythological stories to when she was so young. Oh, that's so cool. She's probably got to be like 30 now. Is she still in this town? That's why I want to know, Peter. These stories need to be on the mural. The mural, hmm? Fine, fine, but I don't know any of the Roman shit. All right, all right. I have a lot to think about. Thank you for sharing your stories with me, Peter. At least someone wants to listen to me. Little Ursula used to sit by me years ago and listen to everything about the old customs. Too busy for that now, of course. But you might talk to her. She might remember more than I do now. Used to listen to the widow, too. Old Ottilia. Knew more about the old ways than any of us. I'm tired. Talking so much has made my jaw ache. I'll leave you to rest then. God bless you, Peter. Perch to bless you, Peter. Is Ursula home? Does she live here? Probably not. Don't mind me, just running upstairs in your house. George. Okay. Hans, Simon, Eddie, Juta, Martin Bauer Farm. Yeah, what's up with Martin? What's up with Martin? Empty house. God, that was Attilia's house, and they took it from her. They couldn't do nothing with it. Ah, Martin, you look fine. Bit older, but fine. Morning, Magdalene. How's Klaus? Enduring. Even when his speech is slurred, he keeps a cheerful heart. I don't know what life would be like without him. Klaus is a good man, Magdalene. Tassing is a better place thanks to him. He's one of the few in Tassing who hasn't been on my back all this time. What do you mean? Don't pretend like you haven't heard. Townsfolk have whispered shit about me for years. So what if I occasionally get into a few brawls? I'm an honest man. I wasn't involved with what happened to Otto Zimmerman. I supported his cause. I've pulled my weight around here, tilled the soil, salted the meats, provided for Brigitte and Kraft. I've done enough back-breaking work for this family. Can't a man just have a goddamned rest? Why are you all always getting into fights anyway? Brigitte supports you in all this, doesn't she? I believe you, Martin. You seems like you could use a respite. Yeah. Fuck, dude. You're out here tilling the land with nothing but a fork. Not even a pitchfork. You're missing the third prong, my dude. Yeah, why are you always getting into fights? Sometimes an asshole just needs to get his teeth pounded in. What are you doing putting teeth in asshole? You know what? Don't need to ask about that, Martin. You're good. Does beating the shit out of someone really solve a problem? Maybe. Don't want to solve problems, though. Don't have the patience anymore. Had enough. Just want what I'm owed. Right, I've lost enough time to this as it is. Time for you to go. Wait, I've almost forgot the reason I came to you. I'm trying to learn about the history of Tassing. I was told you could help. Me? What do I know about history? I heard you stole a book from the Baron all those years ago. The one who was murdered? Mother Illuminata told me you borrowed a book of local history from Baron Rothvogel. Let's not call him a thief. Mother Illuminata? Oh, you mean one of the old nuns from the convent? Sure. A book I might have taken it back then. That was a lifetime ago. I can't remember the book or what I did with it. Those years are a blur. Probably threw it away somewhere or left it at home. Wouldn't have cared much for me to do with the book. What wouldn't have been much for me to do with the book? Where did I get care from? I can't read. Too unique for me to have sold, too. No one outside of Tassing cares about its history, anyway. Maybe I should ask Brigitte if she remembers anything about it. Sure, couldn't hurt. It was decades ago, but she's the one who remembers shit. Thanks for the help. I guess. Uh-huh. If there's nothing else, I've got work to do. Until later, Martin. Till then. Look at that. Poor guy. Only got 2 prongs on his fork. Magdalene, how are you keeping? I am eager to continue work on the mural. I have much to do before Christmas. Fine enough given the circumstances. That's probably a good one. Are you getting enough rest? I know how hard it is to manage a house alone. And you have the shop and the mural to worry about. I remember Clara wishing she had a distraction. You might see her about helping you and your father through this difficult time. How is Klaus, by the way? Any improvement? You're one of the only people who've asked how I'm doing before asking about my dad. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. His mind is fading. I pray for him every night. Mean. Yeah. Or be like, hey, yeah, do that one. I know how it is to be the sole caregiver. Yourself disappears behind the needs of the person you're looking for. Shit, I didn't expect this to come hit me now. Shit. Oh. I worry about you carrying that weight alone. Fuck, man. I remember when my dad fell ill. Fell. We cared for him the best we could. But those few months before he passed were a tough time for everyone. But I believe God will pull your dad through. Whatever the doctor says. We need him. God willing, you're right. I am at his mercy. God willing. Amen. Have you thought about what you'll do if your dad doesn't come through this? Dad want me to keep up the printing press. I truly don't know. I can't think that far ahead right now. You're right, of course. Focus on the here and now. Be here for your dad. But you're a good girl, Magda. There are any number of families in Tassing who'd be happy to take you. You have someone in mind, don't you? A few. Why decide before I have to, you know? There are plenty of handsome young men in town. Especially young Oates. He's about as subtle as his father. God rest Otto's soul. Ah, I miss him. Otto sounds like he was a heartbreaker in his prime. Oh, the girls around town knew better than to moon after him. Though that didn't stop some of us. He was Eva's from the start. As Otts appears to be yours. But if nothing ever comes of that, know that you're always welcome in my family, Magda. Kraft's a nice, hard-working boy. He's got a sharp mind. He can provide for a family. Are you trying to set me up with your son? Can you blame a mother for trying? You're a good, respectable girl, Magda. Any family would be lucky to have as a daughter. I guess I'll consider it. I don't mean to be rude, but I'd prefer to decide in my own time. Yeah, we don't need to be talking about this right now. You just asked me what I'd do if my dad died. I don't know if I want to, attach myself to your son metaphorically so soon. All right, I'll let it lie. Not every marriage may start off on solid footing. But if you pray and work and trust in the Lord, you could find it in time. Believe me. If it's not working out, how can you be sure a couple belongs together? Can't lose one providing man without the aspect of another one. It's just the rules. Yeah, I know. You just that's exactly how they thought in these times, and end up to like fucking 80s. Like Jesus, we are an inventor. We are well read. We are up on knowledge. We can do fucking fine if nobody tries to stop us. Oh, but yeah, definitely the medieval times, like, God. Okay. You're not making the prospect sound very enticing. Maybe I'll never get married. If it's not working out, how can you be sure a couple belongs together? Yeah, let's ask that. Maybe that'll give us some insight or some little things to pick at when talking with her more. God knows. He brings people together for a purpose. You're saying the plot to Beauty and the Beast right now. God damn. Brutal. Brutal. Take Disney down. But which one of us was cursed to be a beast until all of the petals fell off a rose? We don't need to understand it, only to have faith in providence and circumstance. In any case, I should get back to the chores. But wait, I need to talk to you about the fucking stories. Remember what I said? Whatever happens, you're always welcome in my home. Oh, before I forget, I actually had a question about an old book. Yeah, that's why I came to talk to you. We have not found the Gothic Hand yet. I don't know if we ever will. If there are any, like, I don't know if the Abbey is still kind of around or not, but like, there's anyone there, like Father Gurneau, maybe. I don't know who the fuck else would be it. Could be a beast, that's true. They could be a beast. It could also be Beast from X-Men. You know? Have they done a parody where Beast from X-Men had to live like in a like through like a episode of behaving like Beast from Beauty and the Beast? Or because X-Men the show was Fox and not Disney, could they not do that? Martin is supposed to have stolen it from that baron who was killed years ago. Wow, what a way to introduce that. Do you know what happened to it? Oh, they could now. That's true. Revamp the X-Men TV show from the 90s. Making sure. Excuse me, dear Lord. I had a take and bake pizza from or a freezer frozen pizza for lunch, and that is making me all kinds of burpy. But now that they revamped the X-Men show from the 90s, making sure to make one of the critical early plot heavy episodes one where Beast has to live in a castle full of singing cutlery, cursed by some rose that is losing its petals. I hope this doesn't get me in any trouble, but I still have it hidden in a drawer. Martin left it behind when he ran off. Why'd you keep it? What was I supposed to do? The Baron was killed soon after, and there I was holding his stolen book. I didn't want to get in any more trouble than he was already in. I never read it though. I don't read well. Can I have it? I don't know. I'd like to read it to my dad. I need to reference it for the mural. Lie. That's a nice thought. It does seem like the kind of story Klaus would like. Oh, all right. Lying. Oh, God. Fuck yeah. The one time we tried to lie as Andreas, we got our shit completely called out. But hey, Magdalene, fucking great liar. Oh, I'd like to have nothing more to do with it, to be frank. Okay, Frank. It reminds me of difficult times. A stolen book of a dead nobleman in our home. Perhaps it spoiled our milk and turned our eggs all these years. Here you are. Please don't tell anyone I had this. Ah, Historia Tassier. It's in Latin, which I don't read well. I'll puzzle over it in the evening. Thank you, Brigitte. You've been a big help. Of course, Magda. Be well now. God bless. You too, Brigitte. Until later. Stick him in Angel's castle before he was abducted and turned Archangel? There you go. The story basically writes itself. Although, we have to make Jubilee the main character of the show still. We can't change that. And she has to destroy at least 5 VCRs per episode. Just can't. You can't change that. Ursula. Hello, Magdalene. Well, okay. I guess I can't talk to you. Fine. Wait, what am I supposed to be doing? Who do I talk to? I got the thing. I'll read that tonight. Il Peter. Yeah. For Black Till. That's what I'm looking for. And Smokey. That's right. God, okay. I don't know who Black Till is. Oh, Craft. You are a craftsman. Do I want to even go to the mill? I kind of don't. Although, I mean, Paul might be there. And Paul so far seems a lot better than his father was, so that's a plus. No, okay. Who's Black Till? Good day, Mistress Druckerin. I've told you, Smokey. Call me Magdalene. Old habits, I suppose. What brings you to my corner of the woods? More gossip? Only ancient gossip. I'm wondering if you knew anything about the old pagan and Roman mines. The mines? Is that a new interest of yours, Magdalene? I don't see the townsfolk trek out there as much anymore. Last I saw, those two twins making trouble. They know a way in, but I'll be damned if I ever set foot close to that place. What are you so interested over there? The mural in the Rathaus needs a section about the earliest days of Tassing. The mines are the oldest part of Tassing, and you keep a keen ear. I thought you might have heard something. I don't know about getting down into the mines, but I do know a fair few stories about them, and the other Roman ruins around here. The old stories my father used to tell me when he was the burner of Tassing. The one about Mars and Tassia, the nymph, was always my favorite. Though I blame that on my youth. I mean, I get it. Tassia? Like Tassing? Folk named the town after a pagan god. A Roman one at that. I don't mind telling you the tale, Magdalene, but I warn you, it's a bit Body. Oh, oh, don't leave anything out, especially the body parts. Wait, no. Body. Oh. Ha! Well, I won't have your father hounding me for any lewdness. Folk don't like me much in this town anyhow. But I'll tell you the decent bits of what I remember. Ooh, please, yes, bring all the bits. All right. What's the story? Everyone excludes me from the fun. Yes, tell me all about the body parts, sir. Yeah, I know. They had to have made that pun intentional there. Everyone excludes me from the fun. You'll have fun in time, Magdalene. You just wait and see. All right, all right. So what's the story? Well, legend says that Mars was hunting in these woods and spied a fat boar for the taking. He just pulled back his spear when he heard a woman scream in terror. Of course, the creature ran off, and the god was angry at the loss of his quarry. So he tramped through the woods to see why a woman was in the forest and not in the local town. Why would a god be hunting in Tassing's forest? But I go into the forest all the time. Yes, but those were the old woods, Magdalene. The wilds, where spirits and ghosts prowled. What do you mean proud? You're just trying to skip me. Those aren't real. Human spirits go to heaven or hell. They don't stay here on Earth. Well, tell that to everyone, every fucking ghost hunter show on TV. What do you mean proud? Proud, you know, like spirits and other evil things do. I can't just say they walked through the woods like you or me. They prowled. All right, keep going. So, Mars found a nymph, Tassia, bathing in a spring with a fat, ugly satyr goading her from the shore. Enraged at seeing the trapped nymph, Mars transformed into a wolf and slew the satyr. And in return, well, Tassia bathed the god. Smoky. I did warn you, Magdalene. They don't have TV. I know, but still. This town is so fucking historic, Odious. It's wild. It's wild. Mars was here. When Mars left the pool, he tripped onto the ground. Probably from the pool. And it blossomed with flowers and crops. You're not giving me a lot to work with here, game. That's why they say this valley is so fertile. It's because of the... Okay. Huh. Mars got around, didn't he? Was there any nymph he didn't have his way with? That might be tricky to paint on the mural. I'm not sure the council would approve. Would approve of drippings of a god making flowers? Fuck it. You don't want the revolution? We're painting a god dripping onto the ground and flowers springing up. Fuck it. Is this what you want at city council? Are you proud of yourselves? He was the god of fertility, wasn't he? You can see why I liked that tale in my youth. So much of what the Romans left behind was destroyed over the years, but I like that we still have these tales. You can never really destroy stories as long as there are people to tell them. Of course, the Romans left a hell of a lot behind too. The town is more Roman than Bavarian, really. Dripping what? Odious? You gotta ask. I think you know. See, we are a part of the Holy Roman Empire because of how long it was a Roman colony. That's ridiculous. We're Bavarian, not Roman. Oh, right, the town was named after Tassia, the nymph. That and how much of the town is built upon the Roman foundations. Listen, Tassing is actually much smaller now than it was in the Romans' days. At least that's what I make of it. You gotta infer. Yeah, the inferring and the implicating is we're on the same wavelength. The Romans go deep into the forest and all the way to the old mine. Half of Tassing is built on Roman stone. Godly essence element, you got it right there. In heavy quotations. Take a walk around town, you'll start to notice things. We use their stone to build. The old temple by Satia's shrine has grown over, but the aqueduct runs for miles. Even the abbey used to be an old Roman fort. You can see some Roman paved stones under the road if you look hard. We may not be Roman, but this town is. Tassing has been building upon itself for hundreds of years. What a beautiful idea. I never realized how much we relied on the Romans for our infrastructure. Old stones aren't much of a legacy. It's all rubble now, reused and forgotten. Like how just apathetic that last one is. Oh. That's the way of things. Most people don't notice the old stones. Too busy in town to notice what's right in front of their eyes. Maybe we should go look at the mine. I'd get a better sense of what things were actually like. Nothing will stop you, I see. Well, I won't either. Just keep an eye for any wolves or satyrs you might see down there, eh? I'll let you know if I see any. Thanks for your help. Good luck, Magdalene. Be safe. Fuck. Yeah. What's this? It's nice to see some green around. More whorehound. God dang. This town's just full of it. Apollo, what you doing? Hey, Magdalene. Hello, Apollo. What are you doing? Looking for frogs. Artemis says she saw one the other day. We're trying to collect a bunch. You're weird. It's cute. Frogs don't come out this time of year. How do you know? Artemis said she saw one. I read it in a tale. Frogs come out with the rain. We get rain in spring. Huh. Maybe that's why I only have one. What do you need frogs for? Like I'll tell you, you'll snitch. I won't. Yeah, right. Sorry, Mags, I'm not telling. You'll just have to wait and see. You trying to lick frogs? Or ask Artemis. Maybe she'll tell you. So here's the thing. We're both in our 20s. Why are we acting like 13-year-olds? I thought people grew up faster in this time because of how fucking horrible their lives were. Looking for his Prince Charming? They maybe both him and his sister are seeing if they can find a Prince Charming. Fine, I'll go talk to your sister. Good luck, I guess. But be careful. You've already had to go to confession this year. Oh, we know. Aha! What are you looking for? Who are you? What's your favorite color? Hey, Magdalene. Hey, Artemis. Apollo said you're catching frogs. Yeah. What about it? He told me to come ask you why. He won't say anything. Didn't tell you? Christ, finally. He's learning to keep his mouth shut. Oh, come on. Just tell me. No way. This is our biggest trick yet. We're not risking it by telling you. We'll just have to wait and see. Fuck me, I guess. Okay. Yeah, okay. Try. That That text didn't change from earlier. Mine is this way, I think. I've only found it accidentally. A pig out here? It must have broke out of its pen. I wonder who it belongs to. Okay, good. It's not a wild boar. I like that. Mugwort is always useful for all odd. Odd is not even in that sentence. My God. Mugwort is always useful for colds and fevers. That was saying, like, is always useful for the odd cold or fever that one might get. Like, dear Lord, my brain. It might not be as powerful as when we gathered on St. John's Eve, but it should still work. Do I pick it up? Mine shaft. How is this wood still here? Look at that. Look at that bird. That wide-eyed bird. I love them so much. Just it's wonderful. I love it. If I want to depict the mural as accurately as possible, I have to go down the shaft myself. The entrance is so steep. No one's used it in years. Took you a second, but you love him. Isn't he great? Just that wide-eyed stare. It's perfect. That bird is a mood. Oh, there must be some way to get down there. Aha! Since we're a tinkerer, if I rigged a rope to the top beams, I'd be able to get down there more easily. I saw some rope in the workshop at home. Should be able to find everything I need there. I'll have to come back later. Fucking shit. Oh, the grave is overgrown. Probably because the oops, wrong button. Probably because the couple attending it have passed. Where the fuck was I going? I look. Hey, there's a interact. There we go. Snow is creeping down the. Excuse me, goodness sakes. Is creeping down the mountains. Winter will be here soon. Oh, I can go to the ruins. Ah, fuck me. Okay. First the Abbey. Oh yeah, look at that. Nobody stays here anymore. It's always wild to see nature take back things. The fuck are you? Martha? Oh, hello, Magda. You wouldn't happen to be going to the convent? Perhaps later. What brings you here? I don't know if I should talk about this. I, think about joining the Poor Clares? I never expected Martha to become a sister. She's always been so timid. Talk to us, exactly. Spill that tea. We've got it. We're putting a kettle on for that tea. Come on. I should be a good choice, or this could be a good choice for her. Perhaps I should encourage her to join. Such a dramatic change, maybe too much for her. Maybe I should talk her out of it. I don't know what the fuck is good for her or not. Maybe it's good for her. She's the oldest unmarried woman in town. Her choices here are limited, but joining the order is a big commitment. This may not be the wisest plan. Carl needs help around the house, and she seems unsure. Fuck me. There's no way out of this conversation. I don't want. This seems a little bit too harsh. Why on earth would you want to do that? I mean, it makes sense that some stability. It relieves some societal pressure, I'm sure. And it's out of this fucking town. this dead end town. So, I mean, that makes a whole lot of sense. Oh, that's a nice idea. You think so? I'm not sure. Be honest. What do I have to look forward to? With Dad's injury and me unwed at 25, older than all the boys in town. All the boys in town. If they don't see me as a sister, they see me as a mom. And when Dad dies, not anytime soon, God willing, I won't be able to claim the farm. Yeah. I'll lose my home. With Anton gone, there's nobody to take it over. Can't you go live with Anton? You could still get married before the time comes. That's unfair. You should be able to inherit the property. I 100% believe that, but that's not gonna help her because that doesn't change the law. Times are tough, but are you sure this would really make you happy? It'd bring me closer to the Lord. Shouldn't we all want that? Play the religion card. Why not withdraw from the trials of the world? You know as well as I, it's not safe out here. True. Although living in a convent devoted to extreme poverty seems extreme, to put it bluntly. You could do so much more. You just need to be more ambitious. Is that true, though, in this time period? Maybe you're right. I thought about joining the order myself. I have not. I don't know what to say. I suppose you should follow your heart? Hiding away behind walls doesn't seem like the right way to live. Hey, just because I haven't left my house today doesn't mean you can attack me like this game. Can I trust it? It's a nervous and confused thing. As it is often before difficult decisions. If you're not driven by consuming devotion, it doesn't seem like a nun's life is meant for you. I suppose so. But joining the Poor Clares is a lifelong commitment. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Okay. If you have an opinion, put it in chat. I'm going to wait a little bit before making a decision. I feel like the second one, because she'd be joining the Poor Clares out of convenience rather than devotion to the Lord. So she may not feel satisfied with that option. Now, that is a safety net because otherwise, for the reasons she said before, her life could take horrible turns soon. She's a desperate woman. She is a desperate woman. Yeah. Seems set on it because she doesn't feel like she has options. Yeah. Give her hope for something better. Yeah. That's what I was thinking too, Element. And yeah, she is desperate because she sees, like she said, everything, all of her opportunities that society could give her or could allow her, right, are dwindling. But who's to say she couldn't wait and see how things go out? Or how things go, and then join later. Not engaged at 16? Why is she still breathing? No. Dear Lord. Yeah. Okay. Oh, think you should join the order. You can't just throw your life away over one bad day. But I wouldn't be throwing my life away, Magdalene. Paul wrote that there is no greater reward than living for Christ. Game, you threw that right at me. You threw my want to not just insult her and her decision without thinking it through right in my face immediately. I want to live a life with meaning. I've always admired the sister's dedication. Besides, if I join the order, Dad won't have to worry about what happens to me. I'll pray about it. But I think it's time I talk to Mother Francisca and the others. So I will gather my courage, what little of it I have. You think that's best? Just be sensible, Martha. I will. Until later. Be well. Fucking hell, game. She'd lead with that. Odious. The game wanted to smack me in the face with my own decisions. My split-second decisions. I know, right? Hey, what happened to your garden? That son of Mousefinger. Good cat. She wants to smack the modern player? Exactly, yeah. Yeah. The one who's thinking about it from... Yeah. From a non-historical sense. Yeah. It sucks. And I felt it, and the smack was hard. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, Sister Gertrude. Are you doing all right? Father Thomas told us about your father's attack. You were incredibly courageous to run to Dr. Stoltz so quickly, especially when the attacker could have been about. I had to do something. Even if whoever attacked Dad was still there, I had to do something. I didn't even think about that. I acted on instinct. I only knew Dad needed help as soon as possible. Honestly, sister, I was terrified. I only thought of Dr. Stoltz because there's so much blood. I had to do something. Yeah. I had to do something, yeah. The Lord was with you that night. I'm thankful you were not in harm's way. Me too. Still joined convents for the exact same reason, even though... Oh, that's true. That's true. I lit an extra votive candle in Saint Sachia's shrine for each of you this morning. Thank you, Sister Gertrude. Dad's spirits have been up, but I know he doesn't have much time. Dad says the pain has gone down, but Dr. Stoltz is worried about a brain hemorrhage. No, let's go with the first one. Have faith, child. The Lord cares for Klaus just as he cared for his son. The world will be fucked up regardless of how much has changed. Truth. Absolutely truth. Still so fucked up. I'll see if I have any psyllium left in the convent. If you blend it with broth or warm wine, it will heat his brain and prevent infection. Well, what do you know? Thank you, sister. I'm grateful for all the help everyone in Tassing has provided. I pray you're right. I'm trying to keep busy with the mural, but sometimes I just want to cry. It's not fair. Why would God let this happen? I feel so helpless all the time. The church is the body of Christ, Magdalene. We are all one community and want to help Klaus before his time. God will turn this for good, no matter what things look like now. He sees beyond time itself. We are constricted by the present. We're mainly constricted by the past. I have been around long enough to see his fruits, even when I thought the devil had burned the fields. Keep faith, Magdalene. Keep his swollen brain. I was thinking that too, Odious. Thank you, sister. Your words warm my heart. I'll do my best. Just wish this never happened at all. God bless you, sister. God bless you, Magdalene. Well, fuck, that was less helpful. Oh, Prioress. Oh, God. Oh my god. This is so barren compared to how the previous ones lived. God bless you, Magdalene. I'd been hoping to speak with you. Do you perhaps have a moment? Of course, Mother. How can I help? I heard that you had taken up the mural in the Wrath House after your father's terrible attack. Yes, I'm excited to paint the town's history. Your enthusiasm and insistence is most troubling to some people in town. Oh, fuck you then. Better than locked in a room. 100% better than locked into a room. Although this room does not have a trough. So, you know. I know the council was hesitant at first, but they all agreed I could do it. Yes, I'm excited to paint the town, sister. Some people? Town's history, I think. Maybe I said just paint the town. Which is a lot less exciting. You wouldn't happen to be including yourself in that group, would you? Very astute, Magdalene. Yes, you're laying that pass ag. Very thick, my friend. Yes, I'm concerned for you, as are others. Are you really? Are you really? I understand how you must have struggled with your mother passing while you were so young. Without a maternal figure to guide you, it is no wonder your spirit has wandered and wavered from its nature. Don't you get into this gender norm shit. Usually that means to sleep around if you're not mistaken. Paint the town red, right? Isn't that more the saying? And I think you're right. And all I gotta say to that is, we did choose flirtation as our main trait. We did. Can I say? People have shortened it before. True. My spirit's fine, thanks. The pursuit of such trades is not for women, but men. As Paul writes, God calls women to work at home, not in trades. Isn't it funny that a man wrote that? While supporting your father is laudable, taking on his work is imprudent. Can I kick her in the nuts? There are plenty of young men in Tassing worthy of you. Or perhaps you have a different calling. I'd like to offer you a place here among the sisters. Wow, thank you so much. I bet you would get a great donation from my father should I join your sisterhood. And its traveling pants. I understand you may disagree with my choices, but I'm not going to stop painting the mural, Mother Francisca. My dad taught me how to run the shop, and I love printing. What's wrong with working as a printer? Wait, who's saying I'm troubling? And how did you hear that anyway? Aren't you stuck up here? Traveling sounds like men's work too. God damn it, you're right. The Sisterhood of the Stationary Pants. Who says I'm troubling? And how'd you hear that anyway? Aren't you all stuck up here? Magdalene, your insistence to paint the mural has been the talk of the town. Even the sisters hear something of what affects Tassing. But if you must know, Father Thomas suggested that joining the convent may be good for you. I agree with him. BRB, gonna go kick Father Thomas's nuts into the next century. I appreciate your concern, Mother, but I assure you, you have nothing to worry about. Father Thomas, I might have to talk to him about this. You both need to stop. Gossip isn't very Christian, Mother Francisca. Fuck. Oh. The goddamn shade thrown at a nun. Ooh. Delph, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Happy hump day. 3-minute bath. Fuck yeah, that's amazing. We can always get our sins absolved after we kick him. Yeah, he has to do it. That's part of his job. Oh, how are you doing, Dalf? It is fantastic to see you. And y'all, oh, if I spelled right, that'd be great. If you aren't already, please give the wonderful Delphinius a follow, who plays great indie horror games. It's just a delight to be around. So give them a follow. And next time they're live, say hey and hang out because it's a fucking good time. I hope you're having a good one. It's been a quiet day. That's kind of nice, right? Kind of good. I'm ready for quiet days. Oh, and you love the shade? I know, I want to. I gotta throw this back at her. I gotta throw this shade. As long as nothing bad happens. 100%. 100%. Quiet, easy days? Fucking nice. So good. Magdalene, that wasn't our intention. We are simply doing our best to look after you. The people of Tassing care for you, Magdalene. Do not forget that. Yeah, but you are not the people of Tassing, are you? If you do seek guidance, I am always available. God bless you. And fuck you. Fuck that nun. Marguerite. Hello, Marguerite. It's Magdalene. Oh, Magdalene. Bless you. God bless you. You don't normally come to the convent alone. What brings you here? Not that you are not welcome, of course. It's always wonderful to have visitors. Oh, Mother Francisca was lecturing me about the mural. Nothing that interesting. Lecturing you? She is good at that. Almost as good as Father Gurnot was. What was she lecturing you about? She was advising me against painting the mural. She thinks I'm called to different things. The severe impiety of a woman daring to paint. Clearly she sees it as man's work. But the other Benedictine sisters painted badges to sell, and the church approved that. Mother Francisca has so many different ideas than Benedictines. I guess I'm not used to being a poor Clare yet. Oh, they are poor Clares. Oh, okay. That makes sense why that was so, her room was so barren. Do you miss the outside world much, sister? I clicked through that accidentally. Yes, sometimes. I miss the other Benedictine sisters especially. She'd never admit it, but Sister Lisbeth had the most wonderful voice. I always stood next to her if I could. That's so beautiful. Why stay then? Why didn't you leave when the Benedictines left Curacao? Truth be told, I was too frightened to leave. Curaçao's my home. I like the idea of becoming accustomed to a new place. Learning the convent's ins and outs was hard enough. Never went outside the convent much anyway. I know where everything is here, even if it's changed over the years. It's got to be even more difficult to be blind in this time period. Sister Gertrude had already planned to stay, too. The garden always needs tending, and 2 hands make light work. Besides, I can't leave Mousefinger behind. Curacao is a wonderful place to call home. Ah, of course, she truly is Queen of Curacao. Has the convent changed much since the poor Clares arrived? Yes, the food is simpler, and some of the prayers are different, but all the chores and gardening is the same. Except for all the murders, yeah. You know, they could probably avoid having us do all the murders. Gertrude misses making ink for the scriptorium, but I've enjoyed learning the new sister's customs. Speaking of which, I should probably return to my chores. Of course, sister, apologies for interrupting. Not at all, Magdalene. God bless you. Man, I love how they wrote some of these characters. They're just so wonderful to interact with. Fuck you, Martha. Oh, shit. Oh, I can't go to the library? Fine. The hand's back. Fuck. The hand went missing during the revolt last time. So somebody stole the hand to keep it safe. Because they knew some shit was going to go down. The hand of St. Moritz. The poor Clares take care of it now that the Benedictines are gone. Interesting. Okay. Who's still around from the previous time? We've got the two sisters. We've got the couple, the sister and the brother who broke their vows. They don't seem like the type to try and stir trouble, though. Martin, but no. Martin wasn't here. I mean, Martin was here for the second murder. He was here for both, actually. It was all the Clares. They covered they coveted the abbey. Yeah, 80 years of planning, and it's finally coming to fruition. Exactly. Got to go kick Father Thomas's ass. Oh yeah, I need to find. I don't know what they plan to do with them. Yeah, what they plan to do with the frogs. We talked to Martin Bauer. I got the book. I need. Oh yeah, I need to find rope. And I need to go to the mill to look at the ruins there. And I need to find. Where was it? Oh yeah, I also need to write Matthew. And Blacktail, whoever that is. It's your craft. Agnes, yeah, okay. Nope, okay. So these 20-something boys have no job? Pretty much. Pretty much. Hey, Carl. Good day, Mistress Druckerin. Good day. Stoltz house, no. Who are you? Who are you? What is that? Baltus workshop. I wonder if we can do another lesson soon. Aren't they beaten by their parents daily? Yeah. I don't know. It feels like we're teenagers, right? Running around carefree. But no, we're in our 20s. Actually, the twins might be a little bit younger. Apollo and Artemis, but everybody else is older. Are people of means? Yeah, right? Resi? No. Okay. Hendris? No. Okay. Check out the farms. Attila's also gone, and Attila was the other person who I thought might be stirring commotion to try and get things going on. Okay, this is the Bowers. Yep. Maybe they're in church. Or the mill, I guess. Oh, guess we're going to the mill first. Hey, Paul. Good morning, Magdalene. How's the mural coming along? Well, I think. I'm off to start the first part of the mural today. I'll paint the founding of Tassing and the Romans. Well, you won't want any models. Well, you won't want for any models. Tassing is littered with Roman ruins. It's almost a nuisance. I'll trust you to take the council's opinions on the matter into account. Of course, Paul, the mural is for the entire town, not just me and my father. I'll listen to you, but ultimately the decision on what to paint lies with me. You couldn't decide what should be on the mural for months. stick to my own decisions. Thanks. Of course, you are the craftsman in this endeavor. Or craftswoman, as it were. All I ask is that you keep the Lord in mind. The mural is for tassing, but we have others to appease as well. I understand. Thank you, Magdalene. And anyway, I'm glad that the mural is coming along well. Forgive my sudden questioning about it. I've been so busy preparing for the council's next meeting, I haven't had as much time with Anna as usual. She says I get a bit frantic when I'm overwhelmed. Is the council working on something new? I didn't think council work was all that serious in such a small town. Maybe you should take some time off from the council, Paul. Yeah, if you're being overwhelmed, yeah. Or is the council working on something new? Yeah. We're considering yearly maintenance checks on every house in Tassing. The ideas had quite a bit more pushback than we anticipated. New ideas always face some kind of opposition. I don't think you should let that stop you. I can understand the utility of the proposition, but it might feel like a nuisance. Can't imagine why. I'd certainly love it if my neighbors nose their way into my house every year. Ah, the Lord in mind. Well, the church is well known for its grand murders and purges, so I think it'll be fine no matter what I do. Exactly. We're just painting the truth. Right, Mary? That last one's great. You know what? We've been pretty sassy today. Let's continue with the sass. It's a matter of safety, Magdalene. And gossip. The old widow's house was practically falling apart before she died. This would help protect those in Tassing who don't have the skill to fix things themselves. Widows like Agnes or Gret. In any case, the matter is far from resolved. I imagine spring will come before anything's actually done. I better get back to work. Thank you for letting me interrupt your day, Magdalene. God bless you. Until later, Paul. Who's this? Oh, that's so sweet. They named him Andreas. Hello. Good day, Master Molar. You can call me Magdalene, Andreas. Magdalene. Magda works too. That dog just stretched. Hopefully that name isn't a curse. I mean, if the name's any suggestion, he's going to start solving murders left and right by getting people killed. There you go. What are you up to today? Drawing. Anything interesting? No. Secrets. Oh, I see. I'll leave you to it then. Pet the dog. Sube. Ooh, good dog. And dog voice acting. Been killing it, game. Go check out these ruins. What? I can't go to the ruins? I can't go to the aqueduct anymore? Man. Oh my goodness, so many people. Gothic handed child, was it? It was a reincarnator this whole time. Exactly. God bless you, Magdalene. What do you gotta say, Ulrich? Magaline. Hello, Ulrich. Hello. What are you doing? Watching. Very well. Keep up the good work. Work. Just like Bomb. I will work now. That's very sweet. Oh, Elsie. Magdalene, can I help you with something? I came to see how you're doing. Well enough, even if I don't know why you care. Because Paul is my friend, as are you. Yeah. Dear Paul. He's grown into a good man. I almost failed him. Just like I failed my poor dead Lionheart. Lionheart, I've always heard he was an awful man. That's great to say to a widow. Let's just say nothing. Why did he die when so many lived? Because he was an ass who was overcharging people yearly, and they got sick of it. And then he shot one. Just dead weight for Paul and Anna. I never should have escaped the mill. He was shit. He was complete shit. That's an awful thing to say. I will speak my mind now, as I did not do so before, when it mattered the most. Leave me be, please. You have survivor's guilt, and no one here has a degree in psychology who can help you. Oh yeah, gotta go kick Father Thomas's ass. Father Thomas, my foot's coming knocking. Kick him! He's not looking. Oh. God bless you, Magdalene. Hello, Father Thomas. You look troubled. What's the matter? Is it that your murder did not go through? I seem to have lost the key to the tabernacle. Not the tabernacle. Without it, we'd have to go without the Eucharist. Eucharist on Sunday. I'm sure I could find a way to get the tabernacle open. The luck shouldn't be that complex. Listen, they have the Lord to fix that mental mumbo jumbo. You're right, Odious. How could I ever have questioned their ability to properly diagnose and solve traumatic problems in this day and age? How could I have been so silly? Absolutely not. I won't have you picking your way into the tabernacle. The abbey is still standing. Barely. It's got no roof. But, stone doesn't burn. Even for a righteous purpose, I don't like the prospect of it. Why on earth do you know how to pick locks, Magdalene? I know how to make locks. Yeah, Baltos taught me sometimes the mechanisms in his inventions get stuck. I have to fix them. All women do. It's just the matter of being a good wife. We have to be able to manage our family's finances and pick locks. Yeah, Baltos taught me, yeah. I suppose that makes sense. Use that talent wisely, Mistress Druckerin. Fuck you, Father. Yeah, sure, why not? Regardless, I won't have you forcing your way into the tabernacle. I'll find that key eventually. I won't leave Tassing's sanctification at risk. I think I know where your missing key went. Do I? Oh, you found it. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Magdalene. You don't have it. Or you do have it, don't you? Not quite, but I know who does. Who, Magdalene? Are you implying that someone stole the tabernacle key? I think the twins stole it, Father. They've been plotting something all day. Those fickle little rat bags. Jesus, Father. No matter how many times I warn of the suffering they could endure if they do not cease this nonsense. They continue their impious, impetuous ways. I swear the devil's in those children, naming them after pagan gods, and no wonder. I shall have another talk with their parents, I think. Your piety shines all the more brightly in comparison to their iniquity. Jesus, fuck you. This was probably 10 years ago. I wonder how that's working out, right? Ugh. I knew so based on one choice, I immediately told him it was the twins. If I would have known, I wouldn't have done that. Don't punish them too harshly, Father. Yeah. The Lord will see to that. Not I. Man, fuck you. You're in control of your own actions. And the consequences therein. Which is why I think you have the Gothic hand. Father Thomas. Snitch. Ah, fuck me, I was a snitch. I snitched on Artemis Apollo. It's unlikely their plan will work out now. They won't be very happy with me. The adults will be pleased, I'm sure. Fuck, if I would have known that's what I was doing, I wouldn't have done that. Okay, Smokey. Oh yeah, I need to go to my workshop and get the rope. And I've got one other person to talk to. See if I can't grab the rope and talk to that person. There we go. Enough rope. With the sturdy nut, I can brace myself against the mine shaft the way down. This is why they don't tell you things. I know. I wish I could have been like, yeah, I know, and I'm not telling. Like, that would have been nice if I had two options. Oh, did the inn go out of business? Nope, it's just run down. Gillian? Hannah? Is that dude still polishing his sword out here? No, okay. Probably ended up chafing too much. Alright. What's going on up here? Who are you? Nico? Werner? Where's... I'm looking for Till. Right? Black Till. Okay. Maybe they're in the town commons and I just missed them. Come on, game. There we go. I swear I've gone everywhere. Oh, maybe they're in the bakery. Oh, it's right here. Till? Probably fixing the fields. There we go, Black Till. God damn. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, Till. Do you have a moment? Of course. What do you need? Otz says you've been obsessed with your painting. Otz is just jealous that I spend more time with the mural than I do him. Hey, I have other interests too. I'm looking into the early history of Tassing for the first part of the mural. Mother Illuminata said your grandfather read about the history of the town. She's not wrong. Truth. I just wanted to... With these choices, sometimes they let you choose some of the same options from the same list. Other times they just continue moving the conversation. I didn't want to lose this. Ah, fertile fields, that is. Seemed like old pot shards and Latin trivia were all he ever talked about. All of Granddad's reading came from the Abbey's library, though. And you know what happened there? Poof! Up in smoke. So you don't have any of his old books? I remember I was there. It was also 2 at the time. Only a few. Granddad tried to buy some when the Abbey fell on hard times, but they were too expensive. But I can show you something better than books. Anything would be help. Anything would help. Right. So, we don't have any books on the old pagans. We do have their stuff. Shards of ceramic pots and animals. Bricks from what looks to be an old forge. Mountains of salt. Even found a little bear carved from amber. Was amber the color of the bear's energy? Where'd you find all this stuff? Why are you keeping these things? Of course I know why. Because it's fucking cool. It's not just me. Carl finds things too. Or Carl finds things. Fabian too. Any farmer would tell you the same. It's all out there in the fields under the dirt. Can't go one season without turning up something. Why are you keeping these things? Or where are you keeping these things? Nowhere. We just toss them into piles with the rest of the rocks and root clumps. Sure, it's interesting, but we can't do much of anything with the stuff except look at it. What do you think it all means? I don't follow. How do you think these people lived? What do you think they were like? Where do you think they all went? What do you think these people were like? Huh, I guess I never really thought about it. They seem like regular people. Their remains all looked like ours. Tools and weapons are rougher, but not badly made. Their little carvings and ceramic critters aren't so different from the things Eva made for Otts. Huh. I suppose I expected them to be more strange. Because they weren't Christians? It's almost like they were the same. No doubt they were coarse, but they don't seem especially violent. Not like the church says. Not so different from today, really. Earlier, you mentioned something about salt. Did the pagans start the mine? Had to have, I'd say. Most people think it was a Roman project, but I think the Romans just dug out what was already there. That's why tassing was so important to the Romans in the first place. Salt. I've always wondered why they settled in such a small alpine town. You think there's anything left of the pagans down there? I don't know, but anything they left would have to be better preserved than what we dig out in the fields. Magdalene, tell me you aren't thinking of going down there. I am definitely not thinking of going down there. Young lady, I may have been born at night, but I wasn't born last night. I know a lie when I hear one. That mine is hundreds of years old. You could break your neck just getting in there. Orpheus made it back from the underworld, didn't he? I'll be fine. Maybe so, but he mocked the gods and failed in his quest, Magdalene. Don't take him as an example. I mean, yeah, I was going to say that he made it out, but his love did not. So, yeah, maybe not the best role model. Imagine how your dad would feel if you got hurt. He doesn't have to know. You won't tell him, right? Thanks, game. 90% of these persuasion checks fail outright. It's great. Love it. I'm not lying to your father, so you can put yourself in harm's way. Now, you're a clever girl, so I don't doubt you'll find a way in if you set your mind to it. But I can't help you, Magdalene. It'd break your father's heart if something happened to you. So you're just going to let me do it myself and, just maybe die? I see. It's fine. I understand. Good. This has been a big help. Glad to spread some knowledge around. Important for folks to know their past. You think all this pagan stuff will make it in the mural? I can bring some of the things the boys and I have found over to the Wrath House tomorrow, if that'd help at all. That would be great. I'm glad you're taking an interest, Magdalene. I thought no one cared about the pagans but me and my granddad. I should warn you, if you do head into the forest, keep an eye out for the Lord's men. They're strict, worse now than they used to be. I'll be careful. Until tomorrow. Until then. Bum 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 bum. What a teaser. Watch out for nymphs. I mean, watch out for satyrs, because the nymphs were, they were fine. They were just minding their own business. I mean, you could watch out in the sense of, if you see one, definitely go for it. Oh, my goodness, y'all. But I think I'm going to call it there for the night. For the night, for the evening. Thank you all for coming by, for hanging out. Zelda, thank you for that raid. Thank you, everybody, for taking some of your time, spending it here with me. Y'all wonderful. You know that? You believe that? Think about it. Take it in. Y'all great. Let me do this real quick. good time had by all. I hope so. Y'all wonderful. Oh, Zelda, thank you for hanging around. Oh, thank you for that quote for the road. It's the holidays. It's the perfect time to do yourself. I stand by that. I stand by that. Oh, y'all, I'm gonna see if we have, and we do. We do have a friend live that we can go see. So, y'all, would you mind coming with me to this wonderful, wonderful streamer? I typed the wrong command. And I spelled the name wrong, so that makes sense. Doing great, doing great. I tried to shout out, but it didn't work because I forgot to because I spelled it wrong. The amazing, the wonderful Coco. Y'all, if you could take one of those messages or just take some hearts, throw them in chat, and say hey, because Coco is absolutely wonderful. One of the streamers spotlighted for Women's History Month and just a absolutely fantastic person. So if y'all don't mind coming with me and saying hey, that would mean a lot. And, you know, her streams are always a super chill, super fun place. So y'all, I'll see you next week. Or I'll see you somewhere else around Twitch before then. I hope I do, because y'all wonderful. Okay? I know I said that before, but I mean it. I mean it. Before anyone can say no, you, we're raiding. Bye-bye.